This week on the PRESSURECAST, Xbox outperforms PlayStation in October, Final Fantasy VII Evades Smash Brothers, and Jeff Keighley's 2015 Game Awards get announced. Plus, impressions of Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's Monday, November 16th, 2015. Everything happening in the world of video games is here, now on the PRESSURECAST. Hey, Pressure Pals. Welcome to the 104th episode of the PRESSURECAST. VideoGamesAreDumb.com's weekly news panic that posts every single Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, and America's longest-running independent newspaper at ShepherdExpress.com. My name is Colin Two Coffees Tanner, and I am joined by Justin Vingel Engelbart.
And with me, as always, here is Justin Vingel Engelbart.
Yeah. I was going to say vegan, but then I was like, if I say vegan.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm doing it. Anyway.
Justin decided to become vegan. I know this is a video game show. We're going to get to the video games.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this.
You don't want to talk about why you're vegan?
I did it to test my self-discipline.
I thought you said it was for like a cause or something.
It's to save hippos in Lost Africa. It's a new continent.
In Vingle, like I said earlier.
And Domingle. And so I can talk about it nonstop.
Vingle and Domingle, the two famous hippos that are trapped under the fiery bridge.
Fingo and Domingo, or is it Vingle and Dingle?
Yeah, they got to get the helicopter over there. Well, I see two hippos under there. We got to get them, boss.
Well, and the only way to do it is there's got to be enough people who are vegan so we need to get the food from Africa, from that place, because there's a giant mushroom that they get a lot of protein powder off of.
Yeah, because the hippos are attracted to like cheese, just dairy products, eggs, and beef. So if we leave it out there, those hippos are going to leave that fiery bridge. It's been burning strong. You got to go vegan.
You can't possibly put that bridge fire out without being vegan.
Yeah,
Well, it's like going Super Saiyan, right? Like in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let me put my other earphone on.
That's true. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go on.
No, wait. What I was going to say. One thing.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Most podcasts don't make it to 104 episodes, my friend. This show is forever.
Great. In case you've never listened to the PRESSURECAST before, each week the PRESSURECAST slices up the latest video game news, past, present, and future, and delivers it right into your ear.
Mostly future, right?
Right into your ears in 2 hours or less in several sensational segments.
Ooh.
Kicking it off with my favorite segment, thank you for the email. This is the part of the show where we listen back to you, the listeners. You can reach us, pressurecast@gmail.com, or tweet at us at pressurecastpod, or even text or call 954-947-7377. That phone number, the email, all of that, you can find it in the description below on the video, as well as...
Where can I find it? Oh, I have it already.
I don't know.
All right, never mind.
You'll find it somewhere. You'll find it. We have an email from Jordan from Toronto. We have...
Is he new? New guy.
I guess. Yeah, sure.
Have you heard from him before?
Well, hear him out. Let's hear what he has to say here. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, Colin and Justin.
Yes.
I am a huge fan of the podcast. See, Justin, I told you they were out there.
He said my name, too, in there.
That was pretty nice.
It wasn't just you.
And have been meaning to write in for a while. However, I have an important question that I'm hoping you can help me sort out.
Wait, one thing I can get out of the way here quick?
Yes.
Don't be afraid to write in. We want to hear from you guys.
I don't think they're afraid.
I thought he said he was afraid to write in.
No, he didn't. He never said he was afraid.
Oh, okay, never mind. Let's keep going.
I hope you can help me sort this out. It has to do with the hype train. The hype train being the segment after the earth-shattering stories. You'll hear that later if this is your first time listening. We hear it on the tracks. It speeds up and then gives us 2 healthy horn blasts. We assume we are on the train because as the different stories go by, we continue to hear the horn blasts. And then as the segment finishes, the train speeds up again and gives us a few goodbye toots. So what is happening here?
Ooh.
Was the train stopped at the station where we get on for the stories? If that's the case, we never hear the train stopping to let us off. So how does it sound like it's speeding up again? And how come you sometimes claim to hear it coming when it clearly has been at a standstill? This section is full of inconsistencies, and quite frankly, I am unsure if any such hype train even exists. Please explain. Thank you in advance, Jordan.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Let me explain something to you, Jordan. Okay. Okay, so the hype train is real. I don't want anyone to to not understand that. First of all, the hype train is real, and
yeah, it's real. It is.
It does cost money to get on the hype train, and we like to run a budget over here.
It's not a cheap podcast.
So usually we wait for it to go around a corner.
Yeah.
We approach it. Mm-hmm. We jump on the train, sneak inside the caboose, and
we got a lot of luggage to bring with us too.
Yeah.
It's not easy to run with that stuff.
So the train car conductor, the guy back there, he knows that we're on there. He does not
Roscoe, right?
Yeah, Roscoe doesn't care for it. And so what he does, he's like, get off the damn train. So when we finish the stories, he's like, okay, time to get off the train. So he goes, toot, toot. And, and so
we just jump off the side.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We wait for it to go around a corner. And usually it's going around a corner, but, Roscoe,
he's going pretty fast.
Roscoe drinks all the time and he sleeps late. So he's always on he's
always way behind shoveling that coal into the engine.
Yeah, he's hustling. He's hustling. So he's going around a corner at like 120 miles per hour. So you're hearing like, that's because it's going around.
Man.
And that's when we jump off, but he's tooting the horn because he's like, okay, you finished telling that story. Get off the train. Toot, toot.
You know what? One more thing about this Roscoe guy.
Yeah.
I don't even think he went to college for train riding.
No.
No, he definitely didn't. He probably just got that train from like his dad or something. He's like, oh, you want a job? Here's my train.
Well, we've never actually spoken to the man because I don't want to get thrown off the train. I will jump off the train on my own accord. Getting thrown off it. You ever see that in movies when they get thrown off the train?
Yeah.
How does that hurt? You're going to land on your ribs.
Hey, I was going to ask you, Colin. I've never seen any other riders on this train. Is it just us?
No. There apparently are other people. There are lots.
I need special glasses to see them.
Maybe special glasses that'll reveal secret messages.
Oh, it's mystery.
I know, it would be amazing. And then you go back to your homeless village that's made out of like
homeless village.
Yeah, remember that?
It wouldn't be a village.
It's a homeless village, and they live. It's like this.
Oh, it's a Hoover town.
Yeah.
That's not. There's nothing offensive about Hoovertown. Not in this day and age.
It's Hooverville, not Hoovertown.
Well, it sounds the same.
Funky town.
Funky
so,
town.
Jordan, I hope that helps you out there with the hype train. It is very real, and we always like to jump on and jump off. So that is what is going on.
Now that chart park, on the other hand, I really want to get one of those. Oh wait, no. What's the one with the money?
We can't get to the chart park unless we go on the hype train, and if we get to the hype train, that gives us a little bit of leeway. That's why we walk to the chart park. We have to talk about the games we played because we're trying to kill time.
Yeah.
And then we go.
Wait, we're trying to kill
Pocket
time?
Talk.
I'm very serious in that section.
Yeah, and then we have some small talk after we leave. That's why it's called Pocket Talk. And then we end up at the Strong History Museum. And there you go. That's how it works out.
You got to take me on a fresh quest one day.
The Fresh Quest?
The Fresh Quest. Let's do that. How about today we just call this show The Fresh Quest?
Isn't that a video game by Crest?
Crest? Yeah, probably. It's probably an RPG with polygonal figures.
Okay, good. I elbowed the microphone.
Wait, one other thing.
Yes.
That game that you used to get in Chex Mix?
Chex Quest, yeah.
That game was awesome.
That game is surprisingly good. I don't know, did they build that? I gotta look into that. Did they build that from the ground up or did they license the Doom engine? Because that's incredible.
It really did look a lot like Doom.
Mm-hmm.
They had some Duke Nukem elements with the key system, but that was probably also in Doom.
I think it looked better than Doom in some ways.
I think it was the best game ever made.
I think you need to hold on.
Oh, okay. I'll hold on to my seats.
Okay. Well, we don't have much time because there is something happening right now. Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Here it comes. Kabloom! That's right. It's time for the earth-shattering stories.
Wait, didn't you change the title? This one isn't it
Earth-shattering news. News. Oh, real quick. Before we go for the thank you for the email. Titan is back. Actually sent in a correction last week where I was talking about morality in games because they said that the late 90s, early 2000s were where we very first saw like morality in games where you had a sliding scale. He actually pointed out that it was Ultima 4. What I meant to say was the popularization of that system, where it got incorporated into a multitude of titles.
Well, you know what? The first time I saw morality games was when I was playing Monopoly with my little nephews, and I'm like,
they got no morality.
I could take all your money from you right now. You'd be living under a bridge. Like, one of you's in jail already.
They got no morality. Whoops, there goes gravity. There goes Monopoly.
Spaghetti.
Mom, spaghetti. Awesome. Okay, we have the earth-shattering news right here. One very, very big story. We got the NPDs, the best-selling games, and the best-selling consoles of October.
Non-playable demos?
That is not true.
NPDs?
No. And what we found out was that in October, despite the PlayStation 4's price cut starting on October 9th, the Xbox One outsold the PlayStation 4. And many are pointing to Halo being that deciding factor. Halo 5 Guardians, of course, came out in later October. And this is where we eat a little bit of crow. Because remember, we did the episode...
hang on, though.
What?
Didn't Microsoft just say they were stopping reporting their sales numbers?
They didn't report this. NPD did.
Bullshit.
So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So they haven't reported numbers for, I think, over 18 months, even though they won June, I think, of this year. So if Sony takes the next month, presumably, that'll mean, or the next 2 months, that'll be 2 out of 10 months.
Christmas month.
Right. So right now they've taken 2 out of 10 months right now. Remember when we were talking about though, and I was like, oh, the PlayStation 4 price cut, like Xbox will never win a month for a very, very long time. I'm here to eat crow, folks. I was wrong.
Here, I brought some crow for you.
I underestimated the fans of Halo because Honestly, when I saw, the coverage of Halo 5, I was under the assumption that it was pretty low key. And given how fast, Halo 4 had fallen off, like a lot of people bought it and then just no one was playing online. I just presumed that everyone was over with it. And then, the sales numbers for the Master Chief Collection weren't really that impressive in a lot of ways. We didn't get exact numbers, but just seeing where it was on the NPD. So I have to admit, I totally underestimated the power of Halo. That is a real deal system seller. And they were actually able to outsell the PlayStation 4, even though the PlayStation 4 is now only $350.
Huh.
I got to give them credit right there. According to Mike Nicholas, he is the Xbox
Mikey.
marketing corporate VP. He said the strength of the greatest games lineup in Xbox history drove record Xbox Live usage for October and made Xbox One the best-selling console in the U.S. with 81% growth compared to October 2014.
If it was so easy to say why it was successful, he would just be able to make it the most successful system ever.
Well, it should be the more successful system, honestly, because there are more exclusives on there. We've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, you got Sunset Overdrive. I know that's last year. You got brand new Forza. You've got Halo 5. You've got so many titles on the, Scream Ride. Okay, I'm kidding. No one even remembers Scream Ride. I played that.
I just had a friend the other day who was like, well, what are the PlayStation exclusive games? And I'm like, Bloodborne, Last Guardian, if it ever comes out.
I know, it's really rough.
That's about it, right? What else is there?
And I don't think people really...
Uncharted, I guess, but...
I guarantee you that Sony's going to win November. There's no doubt in my mind, because that's when Call of Duty came out, and the marketing campaign, the marketing rights went over to Sony this year for the very first time in the franchise.
Well, don't forget Fallout 4, right? It's selling better on PS4, most likely, right?
Maybe. I know that
I thought it set a record for sales or something.
Mm-hmm. But Microsoft, I think, has the marketing rights. Because you know how it is. The very first time I remember this, the very first example I can point to was back in 2008 when Arkham Asylum came out. PlayStation had the rights, so at the end of every commercial, it was like PlayStation, and I just distinctly remember people saying that's only on
They
PlayStation.
thought that it was only on there,
yeah, even though it was on Xbox 360. I mean, this is a pretty common practice. It's all the way going back to even like the 90s. I remember seeing things for like Earthworm Jim being like only on Genesis. It's like, yeah, but it's already going to be out on Super Nintendo next month. What are you talking about?
It's like you'd see commercials for really shitty movies, and they say only in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you can't just buy this one on video.
You can't go to the bowling alley and watch that movie.
Never got what that meant.
So apparently we also know that 96% of all hardware sales were from bundles, meaning, and there is a Halo 5 bundle, and I did see a lot of those selling because I was at a midnight event. Also worth noting that Xbox had its Elite system released in October. That's the one that has the solid-state hard drive, solid-state hybrid drive.
Solid Snake? That's only on PlayStation.
Yeah, Solid Snake. No, that's
on both.
That's on both.
All right.
And also it has that advanced controller. So I can imagine a lot of people went out and bought that Elite system because it was very limited supply. So I think a lot of people were just like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get this later. I don't know. I have to give Microsoft credit because I've said it over and over again. They messed up so bad at E3, and I think that a lot of the parts that where people are skeptical of buying an Xbox has to do with last generation's Red Ring of Death, and things like that.
I went through 3 Xbox 360s; they all broke.
I can't remember how many I went through. It's an insane number. So I imagine a lot of people were hesitant to buy a system, but it's been 2 years since it's out, and I think a lot of people know like the system is great. The Xbox system is great. They just released their brand new dashboard, which is fantastic. I cannot believe how fast that system boots up. It's bonkers.
Hey, can you look into your crystal ball for me and tell me exactly why there was better sales for the Xbox this month? Is there a real explanation? That's
Halo.
It? You mean that's the system seller then? Okay.
Halo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these losers are buying Halo.
Yeah, they love Halo. What's wrong with loving Halo? It's one of the best Halos ever.
Halo's great. I know a lot of people that love Halo. I just don't get it. It's not my thing.
I mean, I could not believe the people that were there just for Halo. I mean, here's the thing. Even if Halo isn't amazing in sales, even if it's not the best thing ever, even though I think it is number one.
It's probably pretty high up there, yeah.
Even if it's not, it sold systems, and that's more important. So if Halo 5 drops off the NPDs the next month, who cares? Because people actually went out and purchased systems just to play that game. That just opens up a whole new area of revenue for Microsoft. They have a brand new consumer base that are going to buy Xbox Live, that are going to now play more of their exclusives, that are possibly going to buy those third-party games for their system. This is tremendous news for Microsoft because we don't have the exact numbers. They said 81% compared to October. We don't know how many they sold in October, but that's that's a tremendous number.
I'm just waiting for Halo Tennis, Halo Baseball, maybe Halo Superstars, where you fight with the different Halo characters.
I'm waiting for Halo Goodbye.
I'm making fun of the fact that Xbox really just needs a good mascot still.
They already have one. It's Bill Gates, Billy Gates.
He's very unpopular.
Yeah.
Have you checked his popularity numbers lately?
Master Chief is a very iconic figure, though.
He's just so generic, though.
Yeah, but for a generation, he is.
Like Samus is so much cooler and more stylish for a space pirate.
Any Halo.
And sexier.
Any Halo. I'm willing to bet you.
Well, Master Chief's pretty sexy.
I'm willing to bet you that Halo 5 has more sales than all of the Metroids combined.
Well, then where's my Halo movie?
They tried to make
Where's my Halo action figures? Where's my Halo?
They have those.
Okay, where's my Happy Meal with the Halo figures in
Peter
there?
Jackson was supposed to make the Halo movie. You know
Yeah.
that? It got. That's why he made District 5 or whatever it's called.
Oh, he made that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Who cares?
You know, I feel like he's stuck in a bad contract and he keeps getting stuck making these shitty movies he doesn't want to make.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
So all we need to know right now is that, yes, there was a slight dip in the sales of the overall consoles because people aren't buying the last generation as much. But we got to say, Microsoft, you did a damn good job. You outsold the PlayStation 4 in October. I was wrong. I am owning up to that because I feel really bad for even saying that it wasn't going to outsell. Now, that said,
it's a fluke month.
I do think it is a fluke month. I do think Sony's going to continue to dominate because that price cut is yet to be reached to the mainstream, I think. I think a lot of people are unaware of it. And when they go and they see that the prices are next to each other, honestly, I do think that the prices being so close actually is an advantage for Xbox in a weird way. Because
how so?
Because people are going to go, they're pretty much the same. And if you just look at the box, I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you look
it's called the Xbox. It's a box.
The graphic design of the box is more attractive on the Xbox, and
Really?
I think that's actually going to sell systems.
I don't know. I like my PS4. It's kind of sleek and stylish, but it doesn't.
No, the box, just the box
Oh,
itself.
just a regular box?
Yeah, the box at the store. When they look at the two things, they're like, oh, they're right next to each other. Oh, that one has Halo. I still don't think that they're ever going to be.
You think people are basing their choices on that? I think people are smarter than that now. They're looking at reviews online before they go, well, why don't you just buy it online in the first place? Really? You think it's a lot of moms that are just like, my son wants one of these?
If you're listening to the show, you're smart. Like, and I'm not.
Well, of course they are. I don't mean them. You guys
are
great.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pander to the audience or anything. But if you're listening to like a video game podcast, that means that you pay attention to the news a lot, and so you are completely aware of the differences, the advantages and disadvantages of every system out there, including the Wii U. You could probably go all the way back to like retro systems. You know what you're talking about, but you all know your cousin that's just like, I don't know about it because I saw Halo 5 was out and I want to play Halo.
Well, I remember growing up, like all my friends had Super Nintendo.
Why don't they just put Batman and the Avengers? You know, those types of people, you know?
That would be sweet, dude.
Yeah, but they don't
need to do
understand it.
something in those fucking movies.
They don't get it, man. Okay, can we
Wait, one quick thing though. It's not how it used to be where it's like there's just people on one side who are just swearing Microsoft their entire life, like I'm just picking up the next Microsoft thing, and then people like me are just like Sony.
Is that what you're like?
Yeah.
Is that like Tony, Sony,
Right.
Sony?
You think people just go in and they make that decision? It seems like it's a big, like a lot of philosophical sort of lifestyle choices go into it. Like you grow
People
up.
stopped buying Blackberries and they started buying iPhones.
Oh, BlackBerry's back, baby.
People went to Netflix.
Have you seen the new BlackBerry? It's awesome.
That has Android. People stopped using Blockbuster and they went to Netflix. People will abandon the brands that
Yeah,
they've
but
been
these are
loyal
competing.
to.
These are competing things that are happening at the same time.
They will
We're talking
abandon-
about like planned obsolescence here.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, they will abandon whatever if they think it's better. The people will just
Really?
abandon. Of course they
But
will.
you're making it sound like you do it on a whim. Like, that one's sexier. The box is better.
Because they don't trust themselves. Because their life isn't good. They
Oh.
always have that doubt that maybe they've just missed
See,
something.
you didn't bring that up before. That's a good point.
There's a psychological element to all this. Either way, we need to hurry up, dude.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, all right, hurry up. All right, you ready?
We have plenty of time.
Oh,
Fuck, the train's here, Colin. Roscoe's coming. Sweet barrel roll.
It's the Hype Train. That's right. Feel the PR vibrations as we barrel towards video game satisfaction station on the Hype Train. This is the part of the show where we talk about all of those upcoming video games so you can go to your local game shop, spend all your money, and end up homeless on the street.
No one saw us get on here, did they?
No one does that. Dude, be quiet. We gotta whisper the whole thing. No, okay. All right, the train's
Wait, we
getting
got
on.
this tiny little window over here. We can see the stories coming.
Here's the first story of the week. Not the biggest story in the Hype Train, but one that I think is worth discussing. Cloud from Final Fantasy VII has officially been announced as the latest character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Because you gotta remember, you're getting on 3DS. I know you're talking about
No, I
that.
heard it's awesome though.
Oh, I
don't know why I'm not getting it on that.
I know. You should, man. Let's play some Super Smash Brothers. Here's why this is nuts. Because as we all know, way back in the early 90s, Final Fantasy was a exclusive to Nintendo platforms, and everyone assumed, there was no doubt in anyone's mind, that Final Fantasy VII was coming to the Nintendo 64
Yep.
or the Ultra 64 or Project 64, whatever you want to call it. There were even demos out there of Final Fantasy VI characters in polygons getting ready for battle, and then when they announced it was going to PlayStation, it was like, wait, hold up, what you
Okay,
talking
I'm
about?
gonna get a PlayStation.
And not only that, but that was the game that really kicked off RPGs in a mainstream way.
In the JRPGs, at least. Because, Ultima was huge before that.
Ultima was huge. I guess you're right. Yeah.
There was a couple other. What were the other big RPGs before that? Couple series? Well, I guess that's
Fire and Ice on the NES.
Fire and Ice. Heroes of Might and Magic?
Sure. But I mean,
King's Quest?
Yeah, but there weren't many like, oh, bro, you got the latest Final Fantasy? Sick.
Yeah.
We're going to do kickflips and then go back and grind a little bit. We're going to grind on our skateboards and then go grind in the game.
I don't think those were the guys who were buying games back then. I think it was more
my
like the
God.
nerds like my brother.
Yeah, it's true.
Like furries.
Yeah.
Like guys who were in anime club at school were like, I want a PlayStation.
I really liked anime, and I loved our JRPGs.
You're probably in anime club.
They're also going to have a Midgar stage.
Fuck yeah, I love Midgard. Dude, this is the best thing to happen to Smash Brothers since they got their latest DLC character.
I just wish that they had one of my favorite characters in there, Sid. He's just always swearing.
Sephiroth, man.
Forget Sephiroth. I want Sid.
Sephiroth. I'll take Barrett, but he's got a gun on his arm. I don't know how they do guns in that game.
Well, they have played people with guns in the game.
It's stupid.
I mean, Samus has a fucking gun on her arm. Where you going?
I never liked using the people with guns.
Yeah.
I'm more of a run up right next to him and hit him.
Like Roy and all that?
No, Ness all day, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, Ness has some projectiles.
Yeah, but his fire one just gets them to stand still so you can run up and whack them.
PK Fire!
And the thunder one's just a sneaky thing.
Thunder!
PK Thunder! And the magnet thing never really works, but I like it in theory.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't anticipate somebody shooting something
Is that
at me.
psychokinetic? Is that what PK stands for?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Doot doot. We also, this is all from a Nintendo Direct, by the way. We should get that out of the way. We have the stories divided from Pocket Talk here, so if you want to hear about the 3DS stuff, stay tuned. Twilight Princess HD is real. It is confirmed. This was rumored a couple of months ago, and we were all like, I don't think they're going to make that. Well, they are. It's March 4th, 2016, and it's going to be coming with an amiibo, the Wolf Link amiibo.
Isn't this game too new to remake already?
Dude,
You're gonna remake games that came out like a year ago?
It's 9 years old.
Is it 9 years old already?
2006.
That's still pretty recent. When I want a remake, I don't want something that I've played in the...
Did you like Super Mario All-Stars? Because they came out 6 years after they made those games.
I think it's a little bit different.
Oh.
Well, All-Stars had everything on it. And back then, you didn't see a lot of those sort of collections on one cartridge.
Yeah.
Like now you see remakes everywhere. It's just non-stop remakes.
Yeah, but you don't see remakes everywhere on Nintendo consoles. You see Zelda remakes everywhere. Are they overexposing Zelda here?
I believe they are.
Because what do we got right here? We got the Wind Waker remake.
Yeah.
We've got...
Another Hyrule Heroes. You got Triforce Heroes, which is basically Crystal, whatever that was.
Yeah, the one on the Wii U that's going to be coming out in 2016. Spoiler alert, that's the next story. They re-released Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS, which, by the way, they got more copies in over at Best Buy. Their limited edition. That game is really good.
No, I have that one, I think.
That is so much better than the original in my book.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no, you're right about that.
It's crazy good. You got to play that if you've never played it.
A lot of the N64 ones deserve remakes.
Dude, Mario 64. I would take Mario 64 HD would make
There
cool
was a
shit.
remake. Oh, there was an HD remake.
We're not talking about that DS game. That DS
liked
game
it.
is, oh my god.
I liked it.
Garbage. You liked using that little thumb thing to just make your character move?
I don't think I was aware of why other people didn't like it. Like, I go read the bad reviews, and then I'm like, oh, this is why I shouldn't like this as much as I do.
The best thing about Mario 64 was the control, and the thing they fucked up the most was the control. I'm not sure how...
I still had a lot of fun with it. Doesn't matter.
That's okay, you're wrong. Doot doot!
Can't be wrong about fun, can you? Hey, keep it down.
Okay.
You might see us.
Who's back there?
Oh, it's just us, Roscoe.
Don't tell us that!
Oh, shit.
Legend of Zelda Wii U has been confirmed for 2016. There was a TBD date, so looking forward to seeing that on the NX. I'm sorry, the Wii U.
Total bonus discs, TBD.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Titan building.
Total biscuit disc.
Total biscuit junkies.
Doot doot. Hyrule Warrior.
Just say it twice. It's a name so sweet, you gotta say it twice.
I'm just trying to let you guys know. I'm trying to let you catch on. Hyrule Warrior Legends on the 3DS. I don't know why I put this. This should be in Pocket Talk. But they have officially unveiled. This is a big story for you right here. Linkle. There is finally a female version, a woman version of Link. I don't like to say female. That always sounds weird to me.
What's weird about females?
Because anything
You
can
just
be.
don't understand women?
No. Female could be.
You don't
like,
get women.
No, because female is a definition of like there's a female.
It's a gender construct.
You can't say there's a woman dog or a woman
You
elephant.
called a bitch.
There's a
Woman, female dog.
okay, but there's that's a when you we're talking about women. We're talking about women here. We're not talking about females. Female is a definition of like a type of sex. That's
but
not.
Link is male. It's a male protagonist.
Link is now a woman. Linkle.
But regular Link is going to be in there too.
Hopefully not.
I think you can't have a Zelda game without Link.
Linkle uses a crossbow.
Peter Pan with a sword.
Linkle uses a crossbow. She doesn't use a sword.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Okay.
So she's basically the Resident Evil 2 woman.
Yeah. What, Claire Redfield?
Is it 2 I'm thinking of? Where
or
she
Ada
gets
Wong.
the weak weapons the whole time and the dude gets all the good weapons?
That's Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
In the first one.
You get a crossbow, right?
Yeah, I think they fixed that in the director's cut.
I hope they did, because that was not fair.
Doot doot. Oh, doot. March 25th, 2016 for Hyrule Warrior Legends on 3DS. Doot doot.
Wait, I don't get it. Are you the one creating? Are you the one making the noise, or is that Roscoe?
That is the train. Why
That's
we
the train itself.
This? Doot doot. Star Fox Zero was supposed to be released.
Star Fox?
Star Fox Zero was supposed to be released this fall. It was delayed. It officially will now be released on April 22nd, 2016.
And if you haven't heard of this one, this is the Star Fox game where you get to play as Zero from Mega Man X.
That is not true, but it is a game that's being worked on by Platinum, which are former Capcom employees, which Capcom made Mega Man, which has Zero in it.
So it could happen, guys.
Probably not. Doot doot. Splatoon actually is going to get a bunch more stages. They had a couple of updates. They're getting 2 new stages. One is called Muse de Alfonso, and then one's called My Resort. One of the things that was worth pointing out is that there's actually water that descends and rises that'll wash away paint, so you actually have to keep fixing up your environment.
What are some of the things that aren't worth pointing out? Can you tell me one of those?
That it's online and you play against 4 other people.
Is Cloud in there? Is there a Midgar stage?
There's
No.
40 new costumes and gear.
You like costumes?
Yeah, no, the costumes actually help you out. They actually give you power-ups in the game. Like, there's a whole point to them.
That's cool.
Doot doot. Mother 3, the long-anticipated Game Boy Advance game that never came to America, is coming to the Wii U in Japan.
Yeah, I got it on cartridge. Anybody wants it? I can't give it
It's
to you.
a fucking repo cart. Don't tell people you got it on cartridge.
No, my friend bought it legit.
But it's a reproduction cart.
Well, they were selling them at some giant anime convention.
Is it in English?
Yeah.
It's a fucking repo. It's someone put a ROM on a cartridge.
It's okay. It's great. It plays great. It's
yes.
not hard to emulate a Game Boy Advance game, Colin.
No, but if you're telling people you're selling it, they're gonna.
I'm not selling it.
Okay.
I only have one. I love the game. It's amazing.
Great.
Flint's whole family gets killed, man, and he's running around with his board, whacking people with his board, and then you don't get to play as him anymore, and you're like, that guy was awesome. I want him in Smash Brothers, actually, by the way.
Doot doot. Minecraft has been listed by the PEGI board. The PEGI board are the people that rate video games over in the UK.
Stupid.
Minecraft apparently is coming to Wii U. That is what they're saying.
That makes a lot of sense.
That made a lot of sense years ago. I don't know if it makes sense now.
Well, why not? Minecraft is a phenomenon. Minecraft is like how Pokemon was 10 years ago.
Minecraft is a phenomenon.
I was working at a bookstore, man, and all the fucking kids are buying goddamn Minecraft books like crazy, and they're making their parents read Minecraft books. They're like, read this one, you'll get into it.
You know, the scary part is if you don't know how to do Minecraft, you're not gonna be able to get a job in 20 years. That's like, you got to get those kids started early. You know, they're gonna be like, well, let me see your Minecraft level.
I built the best Minecraft castle.
This looks like pretty sloppy work. We'll call you.
But wait, who is this guy that's judging it?
Well,
he's not gonna know as much as the kids.
In 20 years?
No, the dad's not going to know more than the kids about Minecraft. It's never going to happen.
When you're business oriented, you do whatever it takes. You got to be working in Beijing. You're going to learn Chinese. You got to be working in.
You got to be working in Beijing.
You got to be working.
What, they're outsourcing the Minecraft jobs already?
See, you're not following with business. You got to be working in Beijing.
If you're not working in Beijing, I'll just hire a personal translator. It's fine.
No, yeah, okay. Well, that's just a waste of your money. So that's bad.
No,
business.
he's also going to be my lifelong friend because I don't know anybody else in Beijing.
Oh, well, you better start playing Minecraft, you dummy. Doot doot. Rocket League might be coming to the Xbox One soon, according to Dave Hagwood. He's the CEO of Psyonix
Psionics.
Psionics? Okay.
Why can't you pronounce anything, dumbass?
I don't know. I've never got good marks in reading. He says,
or arithmetic.
we're looking at all kinds of platforms, and there may be some announcements coming up at some point, hopefully before the end of the year, but I can't confirm that. That was in response to a question about, hey, when is this coming to Xbox One?
Well, I can confirm it. I'll confirm it for him today. It's coming out by the end of the year.
Okay. Do not listen to Justin.
Announced date December 11th.
Does not speak for anyone here.
I'm the guy from Xbox, or what is it? Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know what you're talking about.
What's his name again?
Hart Hagwood.
Here's my impersonation of him. I'm Hart Hagwood. Yeah, this game is going to be out by December 12th.
Great.
2015.
Great. That's good.
What year is it? 2015, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Good. You don't even know what year it is. Yep, you're
Hart Hagwood is my name, and Rocket League on Xbox is my game.
You probably don't even know what year it is in China.
Is it a different year over there in China?
Oh my god.
It's a day earlier in Japan.
Doot doot.
I have a friend who was in Japan. It was her birthday, and I said it a day late because it was her birthday the day earlier because it was in Japan.
She get really upset.
No, she didn't even respond at all.
Okay.
She's busy doing Japanese shit.
Yeah.
Swearing a lot this episode. Sorry, guys.
Quit fucking
My
swearing.
virgin ears, fuckers.
Okay. Dragon Quest Heroes is apparently going to be coming to PC. How do we know this? Because Steam actually put up an ad that's like, hey, we want pre-order this now. And then people were clicking on it. It would take you back to the homepage. Meaning they did not mean to put that ad out. So good news, everybody. Dragon Quest Heroes, which is an okay, Dynasty Warriors type game. It's kind of fun. You fight slimes. Slimes are adorable. Right?
I love that slime game on GBA. You remember that game?
Which one is that?
The Slime Rocket Fighter, whatever the fuck it was called. It was awesome.
Is that a puzzle game?
No. It's like an RPG using a slime. It's really good. If you never played it.
Okay.
If you never played it.
It's a good game if you never played it. But once you play it, it's not a good game.
No, it's great. The graphics hold up, too. A lot of those GBA games are so stylized. They look a lot like...
it's GBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know about that game. Okay, I thought you said Game Boy. I thought you were talking about original Game
Original?
Boy.
Fuck, I don't play that.
Doot doot. So, Night Drive Studios, they re-released System Shock 2 not too long ago. That was big news when it happened because people thought it was never going to be re-released because of Red Book Audio. Lots of issues when it came to that game. Well, the CEO, Stefan Kick, he works for Fast Company. That's, the Fast Company are the people that interviewed him.
It's crazy. It's another financial website.
He said he acquired the full rights to the franchise and that the original concept artist Robert Waters was going to be working on a full remake of System Shock 2. I don't know what's going on here, guys. System Shock 2, of course, was one of the most important games that came out. It influenced BioShock, which obviously is one of the most important games of last
Probably
generation.
Created by some of the same people, too, huh?
Oh, yeah. Ken Levine was there. He's
Ken Levine?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Yeah, the guy from BioShock.
Was he really? It's the same guy?
Yeah.
I know a lot of those guys are still around, right?
He didn't work on System Shock, but he was influenced by it. And Anne Ryan philosophy of objectivism.
It's weird, man. This week you got Fast Company. Last week we had Wall Street Journal. Before that, they were talking about Fortune. Like, this has got to be big business at this point. If they're reporting on it in all these business magazines, this is crazy.
Big news for Justin. This is what's going on here.
I just think it's kind of crazy that they're doing video game news in these financial magazines. It's crazy.
Well, dude, they cover tech, and by covering tech
Tekken?
now, yeah, they cover Tekken Tag Tournament.
Ever since they covered Tekken, they've had to cover everything else. So.
They're
Now we're in the video game business, guys.
We've seen a lot of drop-off when it comes to Heishi Mishimuri's stock. We wouldn't invest in his crazy fighting tournament anymore. There's a guy there with a leopard face. It's not a safe place to invest.
I just kind of feel like, other than you and us, like who? Well, I guess you see a lot of these articles online. And you click on them. It's just clickbait stuff for those websites, probably, right? So they kind of have to offer as much shit as they can to everybody.
Everybody's got to cover this. The console industry is doing very well. It's the fastest selling generation ever, man.
Well, I just don't see a lot of gamers that are like, I'm going to read Fast Company for my gaming news.
Okay. Doot doot. Fallout 4 will have DLC, and we'll be talking about that in the Games of the Week later on in the show. But here's the dealio. There is going to be more coming, obviously, but it's not anytime soon. According to Todd Howard, the game director for Fallout 4, this game is huge, but it's not just this launch. It's going to be well deep into next year. It's like the game is done.
Like a deep well.
But it's not done because until everybody plays it, it's not really done. Because what they bring to it is really important. We're going to see what people like and what they want more of and what they want different, and we're going to do that. So in other words, probably I wonder if they're even working on DLC at the moment, or if they're still trying to take some of the data from people that are playing online and be like, well, this is where people are spending a lot of their activity. So if you're building your town a lot, they're going to be like, well, we need to put more stuff in there.
By the way, I love the town building thing, but it kind of sucks.
Let's wait for games of the week, okay?
Can't I bring it up right now? Okay, fine.
Doot doot. J.J. Abrams is going to be working on a game?
Everyone gets their own game now. It's like rappers getting hip-hop albums.
Well, this is...
That doesn't make any sense.
This is from Chair Entertainment. You might remember them from Shadow Complex. The game is called Spy Jinx, and it's going to be coming out on PC.
Well, I thought Boom Blocks wasn't going to be as amazing as it was. So.
That game was great.
Well, Spielberg is way better than Abrams, right?
There was another game that he was working on that was like a crime drama that never got released. There was some
like
footage.
Porky Pig?
Yeah, Porky Pig was there.
And Roger Rabbit.
I don't even understand what the hell's going
Bob
on.
Hoskins?
Put the fucking money in the
Oh no,
the sack.
There's Christopher Lloyd's character. Oh god damn it.
The game is going to be developed on Unreal 4, and according to the description of the game, Spy Jinx features a unique mix of action, strategy, gameplay, dynamic world building, and RPG character development, all set in the thrilling, treacherous world of espionage.
If you keep screwing up, we're gonna have to start over.
Doot doot. Gear VR is officially being released on November 20th for $99, so you can attach your dumb phone to your face and be like, ooh, it's in 3D.
It's a time machine.
It's a time machine.
I can go anywhere now.
Oh my goodness, a dinosaur. All right, great.
Grandma doesn't get how it works.
If your grandma don't understand, it must be cool. Doot doot. Jeff Keighley has revealed that the Game Awards for 2015 are going to be occurring on December 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
This guy just started his own Game Awards? The Keighley Awards.
He did. He used to do the one at Spike TV, and then that got shuttered, so now he had to go from independent investors. It's going to be streaming on Twitch, YouTube, PlayStation Network, Xbox, Wii U, Go90, and Steam. It's streaming everywhere.
This gives me a great idea.
What?
PRESSURECAST Awards.
Yeah, I do that at the end of the year. I just say what...
I've never been here for that before.
I know. I just say what my
we both do our own awards?
Sure.
Is it a special episode?
Sure, we'll do a special episode.
I'm smiling.
Doot doot. Let's talk about the games that are going to be coming out this week. Here we go. On Tuesday, Star Wars Battlefront is going to be hitting the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Is it going to be good, or is it a trap?
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Look, we got company.
The Death Star.
The Death Star. Alderaan.
Princess Leia.
Hot. It's on hot.
Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett.
I'm Jabba the Hutt.
He shot first.
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica.
Cylons.
All right, so Sword Art Online Lost Song is going to be coming to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Moko Moko Friends will be coming on the 3DS.
Is that a Starbucks simulator?
According to the description,
Mocha Mocha.
Moppet monsters travel with your companions across the magical realm of Dreamtopia. Sounds amazing. It's an RPG, and apparently they are cuddly monsters. So I think you're probably going to be into it.
Digimon, digital monsters.
Digimon are the champions. I never watched that show, but that theme song is bonkers.
The movie's great. You should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Okay, great.
I'm serious.
Okay. Deadpool is getting re-released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well on Tuesday. On Thursday, Assassin's Creed Syndicate finally comes to the PC, which I'm actually curious to see how that's going to look, because they had a few screenshots, very impressive, but I didn't see any video yet. And on Friday, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash Wii U and Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon on the Nintendo 3DS.
Master Chief gonna be in that one? You just put in a generic space mutant and you say that you don't call it Master Chief. Just like, oh, this guy's got armor on. Yeah, that's probably Master Chief.
Great.
Give him a helmet. Give him a suit. It's not power armor. There's nothing special about the suit. Just kind of looks like Starship Troopers.
Looks like
Starship. I want to say Stormship Troopers, but that's not a thing, so I said Starship Troopers.
Hey, man, chill. We got the corner coming up.
The coroner. Get your shit, Colin.
Whoa!
I'll see you guys later.
That's going to do it for the Hype Train. Stay tuned.
If you want to hear more of the show.
After this. Boku, you have to defeat the evil refrigerator.
Oh, King Guy, how am I supposed to do that?
You do a power level up, and then you hit them a lot, and you use your mighty spirit boom.
My spirit boom is a powerful move, but I can only do it once.
Okay, well, maybe we can get you to do it multiple times. See, we just need to get all 5 stars on iTunes, and if we do that for the PRESSURECAST, we can summon the mighty wish lizard, and we can give you multiple spirit booms.
How am I supposed to find all 5 stars?
Don't worry, that's what the listeners are for. If they go to iTunes and the PRESSURECAST and they give us a written review and a 5-star review, that'll really help out. But you gotta do the written part and you gotta do the 5 stars part.
I just hope Perfect Cell hasn't killed everyone else in the world by now.
I'm not sure who that is. I think you mean Perfect Blood.
Perfect Blood, that's the name of the giant red guy who keeps changing forms. He's fighting against my friend, Flute.
His power level. Oh.
This isn't gonna be good.
No, we need you listeners out there to help Boku defeat Refrigerator. Go to iTunes, 5-star review. Okay, review.
20 episodes later.
You haven't done it yet. Do it already.
I'm ready to fight.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
Back in time.
It's time to talk about the games we've been playing for the past several days, and a segment we like to call the games of the week. Starting off, we have Rise of the Tomb Raider. We have Fallout 4. I only played about 4 hours of Fallout because I have a review of Tomb Raider going up on Tuesday at shepherdexpress.com.
I stayed up till like 4 in the morning 3 times playing Fallout 4.
Let's talk about it. Tell me a little bit about Fallout 4 that is now available on the Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 4. You're playing it on the PlayStation 4,
Okay,
correct?
see, going into this game, the thing I was worried about, I'm like, oh, they're going to shove this bullshit story I don't care about in my face for a long time. But hell, they get you right out there. Like, it was perfect. I'm like, dude, we got like an hour of backstory. You get to design your own guy's face, even though, as people have pointed out on the internet, you don't see his face very much because you're probably wearing armor.
Well, you can also play... Oh, that's true, even if you're playing in third person.
Yeah, even if you're playing in third person. But anyway, you're already out there. And I'm like, oh, shit, I heard something about settlements.
Right.
So you collect all these components. You can break everything down into their components. Kind of Minecraft light a
Yeah,
little bit.
The crafting system is new to the series.
You could use it for weapons before, couldn't you?
Yeah, but it was weapon-specific stuff that would go onto weapons. Now you can find something like a typewriter. It's like, oh, this is really going to help me build like power armor or something crazy.
Yeah, the perk system is ridiculously diverse. There's a lot of perks you can only like if you have 10 stars in any given category, you create a character at the beginning. You can just put 10 in perception. Then you can unlock the 10th level perk already at the very beginning of the game, which is going to be a really powerful one. I'm going to try to stop saying P's here.
No, you're good. This is all important information how to play the game. But how do you feel about it, man?
I love it, dude. I just feel like I could play it forever. It would just keep going.
How do you feel about the graphics overall?
It doesn't look amazing, but I've been playing on PS2 for a while before I got that PS4, so it's a big upgrade for me.
How do you feel about the frame rate? Because I'm noticing a lot of especially when you go into new environments with like lots of it's the open environments basically. The closed environments I think perform really well.
I think there's some spots that look really good, but it's when you try to build stuff yourself and like I know I should describe that better, but there's certain portions of the game where I'm like, man, that's kind of pretty.
No, I think when you're inside of a building, like it looks amazing, it performs great. But as soon as you step back outside, you get a little bit of chugging. The draw distance isn't super great, but
load times are amazing. And when you have the rest mode thing on PS4, you basically just right back into the game when you turn it back on.
That's true.
And quick save all the time, guys. If you guys haven't been playing this a lot,
oh my god,
if you run into like a group of like really hard raiders or something, just keep quick saving after you kill one.
I think especially early on, you really do need to like quick save, run into that room and fight those 2 guys. And if you happen to beat them, quick save again.
Like anybody who is complaining about the difficulty level, you gotta just use quick save like crazy.
Oh my god, yeah.
And Mysterious Stranger, I'll tell you gotta do that.
I mean, that's the whole thing about the game is that it's brutally difficult from what I played. They did really enhance that you can actually shoot outside of vats. You actually can shoot, whereas before you could, but you weren't really seeing the impact.
It kind of sucked, yeah. Well, you couldn't see any impact, and the aiming system was just a little bit off.
If you shoot somebody and they're kind of around your power level, or the weapon is powerful enough, they actually react to being shot now.
Yeah.
Whereas before they would just keep charging towards you, and it was kind of like Borderlands in that way, where just numbers are flying up but nothing's happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the problems of the morality system, like the whole character customization and like making choices that affect the world around you. I feel like you don't really affect much. You just kind of being a dick to people will just cut you off from certain opportunities.
Oh,
but
like
I haven't seen like any benefits to doing bad things at this point.
When do you think Bethesda will figure out what sarcasm is? Because sarcasm is never sarcasm in this game.
Oh, exactly. It's so stupid. And you don't know how people are going to react to the things you say or what you're going to say. Like the dialogue wheel thing is really outdated, but this game does feel like a little kind of a throwback.
That's my one thing is that I don't think Bethesda can get away with this ever again. I think that for a game that has been 7 years in the making, in the minds of people, even though they probably haven't been making it for 7 years, I think the reason that they didn't announce it until last E3, I think the reason that they didn't have the embargoes go up for reviews until Monday was because deep down they knew this isn't really all that different from Fallout 3, which is fine.
It's great. It's an improvement, though.
It's an improvement.
It almost feels like next year's basketball game or something, where like there's a lot of updates to things that you knew were fucked up.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. I feel like if this came out like 3 years ago, people would still be kind of saying that, you know. So it's a bit disappointing from that aspect.
Well, it's extremely addictive, and one of the really annoying things to me is that you basically. I mean, it's kind of like crack. You got to pick up everything.
Yeah.
Just nonstop, just picking up absolutely everything.
Because everything actually has a use now. It's no longer, I'm just going to sell this stuff. It's actually, I'm going to craft with this.
And then there's some shitty things that weigh too much where I'm like, why does this thing weigh 12? I mean, you just got to drop it. But that's a pain in the ass to go through your inventory. Like, oh, this weighs a lot, but it's not that good. And compare it to a different, like...
When you can't sprint, you can't fast travel. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, no, I think you can still fast travel.
I think over-encumbrance is still just so...
It's just stupid.
It doesn't belong in this game.
No, definitely not.
I mean,
And then you waste all these perk points on, like, carrying more weight.
Jesus. Yeah, that's the thing that annoys me. I mean... The VAT system is pretty cool this time.
Oh, it's great.
Because the people are always in motion, even in VATs. I had a thing recently I was doing, I did for the live dive. I played some Fallout because I didn't have any opportunity this week to do it. And this guy actually had an axe, and he was running toward me in slow motion with his axe, and I had my sawed-off shotgun. I just blew his arm off while he's trying to hit me.
I love being able to aim at the different appendages. It's great.
Yeah.
And just the way that everybody feels like, meat puppets.
Dude,
like the band from the 90s.
Shooting in the chest never looked that good before, but now they actually have exit wounds. It's super cool.
It's cool blowing people's heads off constantly, too. It's pretty cool, and their heads are just rolling around.
They said that when they made Fallout 3, they wanted to make sure that every single... It wasn't that they were fascinated with blood. They just wanted to make sure it looked cool every time you did it. And this one, I think...
It's very true to like the cyberpunk sort of style, where it's just like, people...
We got
I keep turning to you. People just don't really matter much, right? People are kind of insignificant. Like, lives are insignificant in this world.
I played as a woman in this game, and let me tell you, the story is way different.
Really?
Not really, not at all. But there is something more...
Your husband just gets killed and they steal the baby from... Spoilers.
Yeah, well, that's in the first hour. I do think it is a bit more impactful that the woman's looking for the kid. Maybe it's just me.
Well, my favorite thing about this game, though? The music. I love listening to those 1940s songs as you're going around. Like, I'm just like, oh, man, I can't wait for Cole Porter to come on again.
I don't think I listened to any music in the game so far.
Oh, really? You probably should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you find a lot of new missions, is you discover new radio signals, which is kind of a nice touch right there. You go in a certain area, and it's like, you've discovered this radio signal, and then you listen to it, and it leads you to your next mission, the next part you go to.
I mean, that's one thing I do like about the game is that the story moves real fast in the intro. And I think the intro is probably the most stable part of the game. Because once you get outside of there's some weird glitches that happen, which is fine because that's to be expected. Honestly, though, I keep saying this. Like, I know they're not going to do it, but next game, I really think they need to build a new engine. They make so much goddamn money off these games that they should be developing and resourcing, and hopefully they are right now, a brand new engine.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say the voice acting is really good.
Oh, no.
I like a lot of the different random
Voice
characters
acting,
you run into different places.
I think the voice acting
Well, the main character I don't like that much, but like I went to like this place called Grey Gardens, and there's this robot who sounds like a game show host.
No,
and I'm just like, that's kind of cool. Like, that's a nice little touch. It could have just been I'm a robot. What do you want from me? You know, they at least put some sort of effort into it.
I think the voice acting is really inconsistent. It just ranges from professional voice acting where, like, this is really good to just, like, we need help collecting the supplies.
Yeah,
like,
I skip a lot of stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it's campy, though, so I let them off the hook for a lot of that stuff. It's kind of got a B-movie sort of feel to it.
Wow. I can't even do it how they do it. Wow, you really helped us out. Jeez, we really got some problems over here. Do you think you could? It's just like the most stumbling.
But even then, I mean, there's got to be hundreds of hours of voice acting.
Like when you go to that church, like very early on.
I don't even know if I did the church.
Oh wow! Like early on, you have to go and get this power armor and fight off these people. It's like your very first mission.
That,
yeah, the guy that's dressed up as the sheriff, who's like,
oh, you can travel with him for a while.
He's real bad. Like that voice acting, like they.
But he's a strong African American character. They're very progressive in these.
No, his voice acting is not strong.
I didn't mean that his voice acting was.
The whole world blew up. No one cares anymore.
Yeah, that was kind of in 3 too. I don't know why people
3-2. They only came out with 1-3.
Well, 3-2 was New Vegas, right?
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, the storyline in 3 wasn't great. Why are people all of a sudden talking shit about the storyline in 4? Like, it's not a great storyline.
I don't care.
I don't care about the story. I just want to go out and the attention to detail on these random environments that you stumble upon are great. Like, you don't know what you're gonna find next. Like,
I think that's the thing that a lot of people get confused by when they play this game, is that they are looking for something that's going to connect them through, like a big long story. But you don't want to do that. The story is you going out there exploring the world. It's more akin to Minecraft than it is to something any other game that you can think of, where it's just, I'm gonna go in this room. Oh my god, there's like a giant scorpion in there. Okay, I blew it up. Oh my goodness, I found this weird thing. Oh man, that allows my pistol to shoot faster. And then I walked into this one part, and there was like 2 guys, and I shot them down. And then I went over there. Like, there's no conclusion.
The gameplay just boils down to you're just wandering around, finding new resources, going back to your settlement, selling shit, getting new weapons, going out, doing the exact same thing again. So if you like exploring, it's a lot of fun.
The story is incremental satisfaction.
I don't care about the story.
That's what it is, though. That's the narrative is just discovering those small things that slightly improve or open up a new avenue.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, I like you better now because you went on more missions."
Mm-hmm. Like, you found this one gun and it really was good, and now you use it all the time. And now, like 20 hours later, you're still using it, and you remember when you got it because you really like that gun.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that gun to happen for me.
Yeah, I know. The weapons are a bit whatever. The power armor's cool though. I really like using the power armor. That's probably the coolest
I just
part.
missed in the third one. I had this pneumatic glove, and when I get that thing again, it's over. Power glove, man. I just used that for the entire time, just walking around exploding people. It never got old.
I believe it.
I think I might have said enough. Was there any other points that I wanted to make, Colin?
You tell me.
Let's see.
Are you shooting a lot outside of VATS? Because I really like how that controls.
Oh, I love VATS.
Yeah. No, I mean outside of VATS. Like when you're just shooting rats and moles and stuff. I think it
I like
great.
doing some sniping from afar because you can keep upgrading the scopes on your guns and you can hit people from further away.
Yeah.
That's nice. You get some headshots from a distance that don't just constantly miss, even though it looks like the crosshairs are over where they're supposed to be hitting.
I'm going to be playing a lot more of that this week, just because I didn't get a chance to. So
I am too. I'm not going to exploit any of these glitches that people found right away because I think it kind of ruins the experience.
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, when I hear that people are willing to exploit a game, I'm just like, what's your glitch?
You finally got to work that in somewhere.
My catchphrase, what's your glitch? By the T-shirt, coming soon.
T-shirt?
T-shirt.
Okay, I'll buy it.
T-shirt's down by the T-store.
Well, you should... Tongue twisters today.
Yeah. Let me talk about my game.
Please, baby.
I played Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's done. I beat the storyline. I explored the tombs. I collected many objects. And let me tell you that this is one of the best games of the year. It's a little not so good towards the end, but my God, the majority of this game is fantastic. And of course stars Lara Croft, one of the most famous video game characters.
Is it Lara?
Lara Croft. Yes. Lara Croft.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in this game, basically, Laura is trying to find the secret to immortality that her father was obsessed with. So she ends up in this remote area and basically gets caught between this evil group called Trinity and is trying to help the natives there. They're not even natives. They're actually the descendants of... long story. It doesn't matter. We won't get into it.
Trinity's an overused bad guy organization name, isn't it?
Yeah. What's cool about this game is that it's sort of I like to call it, and I'm using this in the review because it's the only way you can describe it. It's a constrained open world game. In other words, there is a linear path. You go from environment to the next environment to the next environment without ever needing to go back. Some people will say it's like a Metroidvania. That's not really true. However, there are optional tombs that you can explore that you'll need your improved abilities. For instance, sooner or later, Laura will be able to blow up these barriers with a grenade arrow. She'll have this thing that allows her to swing from these weird hooks. You can't swing on from there until a certain point. And you might say, why would I want to explore these tombs? What's the point of the side activities? And on the one hand, you would want to explore those tombs because you'll actually find more archaeological stuff that will get you experience. They'll allow you to level up and gain new abilities. But just by completely exploring the tomb, you'll discover this one section that will actually unlock an entirely new ability where it's like, here's fast healing, or this is going to allow you to see through walls for items, stuff like that. And it's really cool getting those new abilities, but it's really satisfying just going through those tombs. Whereas the main storyline is very bombastic and action-based. There's something really satisfying about taking your time and exploring a puzzle and discovering the solution to it. And I feel like they found the perfect balance between, like, I don't understand exactly what I'm supposed to do here, to I completely get this within the range of 5 minutes. Like, it's very satisfying doling it out where it's like, okay, so if I pull this bit, that means that a raft is going to go across the water, but I actually need to throw a bomb on top of that raft so it explodes just in time to go over here because I won't be able to climb up there, but now I jumped on the raft and now I can go through there.
Oh, that sounds like that fun.
It's very, very fun, and there's also side activities from the villagers that are from that town, and they actually give you items. So whereas the tombs give you abilities, the items, which also have their own abilities, it'll be like, okay, you won't take as much damage, or it'll allow you to upgrade your weapons a little bit better. Those come from certain missions, which involve backtraveling, like, oh, can you kill 5 deer and bring me the stuff, the skin, whatever, the fur, the pelt.
Pelt.
And that's super satisfying because
Big question. Do they still have the Desert Eagle in there? That was always my favorite Tomb Raider gun. I love that thing.
No, you know what? Now that you pointed out, I don't think she has her dual pistols in this game.
Oh man, come on.
Which is weird. They made a big point about them in the last game. It's really just. I think if you're a fan of Uncharted and you want to see where that series could go if they expanded upon, I feel like Uncharted has a lot to live up to now that this game is out because it does such a good job of allowing you to just like explore the environment, and it also does this great job. There's obviously Uncharted-esque things of like climbing structures, and you know what I mean, like climbing rocks and climbing ladders, and then whoa, the ground's crumbling, I better jump off this thing fast, but you know it's already like a pre-rendered event.
Yeah, kind of cinematic.
But they actually put the pressure on you. They are knowledgeable enough to know that people have played these games long enough that, yes, the building's about to topple over. You better run or you're going to die. And if you don't run in 5 seconds, it's over. Like, they are like, nope, you already know how this works. Run. And what's cool is they do a great job of subverting expectations through color coordination and recognizable objects. There's this great point where I was sliding down this thing, and I saw a yellow ladder. And I'm like, oh, yellow ladder. That means I got to jump to it because that's how these games work. They program your brain to be like, well, that means I just have to jump at the right time and, connect to the ladder. Instead, the whole thing caved in.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, holy shit. Like, they actually do enough.
Subvert your expectations.
Exactly. They are consistently subverting your expectations in those parts. And they do a good job with the villains as well. The villains, while I wouldn't call them sympathetic by any means, they do seem to have their own cause. And their cause isn't something ridiculous like, oh, I will rule the world. It's more like, why does he want to rule the world? And they do have an answer for that. And I've heard some criticism towards Laura's quote-unquote bloodlust, which is funny. I actually watched a great review from Carol Pettit on Feminist Frequency, which I know not a lot of people like, whatever. But it said something to the effect of, like, Laura needs to, like, point out that she doesn't like killing or that she does like killing. What's her deal? And I think that's a fair analysis for the overall game. But whenever you go to a campfire, which are saving points where you level up, there are numerous times where Laura is actually second guessing her actions and her behavior. And not just in the here and now. It's like, ooh, if I didn't do this, these indigenous people wouldn't be under attack. But like she's actually, I was about to say subverting again. She's actually second guessing everything she's ever done in her life. She's second guessing her relationship with her father, if she ever really connected with him. She's second guessing like what she's done in the past and what she's doing in the moment. So she's actually kind of an insecure character, which is kind of fascinating.
Can I devil's advocate that for a second?
You gotta get close to the microphone.
Can I devil's advocate that for a second?
Sure.
At what point can we just admit that it's a video game and we have guns and we're gonna go around killing people? Like,
no, that's fine. It's just that Laura seems horrified by murder throughout the game.
Well, that sounds probably more interesting than just like a standard action movie sort of weak plot.
Yeah,
you know.
But she's horrified by the murders of others. But she herself is literally putting arrows through people's heads, and the game is celebrating that by rewarding you with points for headshots and multiple kills.
Most enemies that you fight? Is it
you're fighting Trinity?
So it's just like a evil corporation with a lot of like stormtrooper type of guys running around.
But what's cool is that you eventually gain abilities like, oh, you can lock onto 3 separate heads and fire an arrow and just like all 3 people go down. And more importantly, the stealth elements are more satisfying than the actual combat elements, which are the option for the majority of the game until around the final act where they make you go headlong into combat. And that's really unfortunate from a gameplay perspective because I find that the stealth is far more compelling and interesting than the general just running in a third-person shooter and taking out people. And what makes this so disappointing is if you play the game like I did and you're going through the tombs as you progress throughout the game, you won't actually encounter that much combat. It's more exploration and jumping and platforming and going through the pre-rendered, scenarios of things falling apart and falling over. And so, for instance, I don't think I'd fought. I don't think I had
fighted.
Fighted. I don't think I'd fighted anything for at least an hour. And then I went into this cave to explore, and a fucking bear ran out, and I jumped. Now, if it was a normal combat game, I would be like, oh, it's a bear. Okay. Instinctually, I would know, okay, I got to roll on the ground and then shoot it with these arrows. But instead, because it had been so long, I freaked out. I thought that was so cool and smart. I really wish they wouldn't have as much combat.
Well, I gotta say, like when I was playing Bloodborne, every goddamn thing freaks me out in that stupid game.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that thing's behind me. Weakest enemy in the game. It could kill me in 2 hits. This sucks.
I think that as a stealth game, it's very good. I think as an exploration game, it's very good. I think as a puzzle game, it is satisfying, even if you're not really big into puzzle games. I think the graphics are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
This game looks like it's concept art. There was just this point where I was standing on this rusty old kind of train track and looking down. There was a hole in this cave where I could see the blue sky, and there was a hole to the right where I could actually see the natural light illuminating in on this unfinished wooden structure, and just looking at all of the shadows. And I was. It takes my breath away when I look at this game.
This might be a stupid question, but is it a lot of it set indoors, like in caves, or are you outside?
Well, I mean, oh my god. All right.
Is that a spoiler?
No. Okay, so video games, you dumb idiot. Video games are these things where it's not real. You don't go outside to play the video game.
No, I mean the game.
Oh, I thought you said it was a dumb question.
No, I don't want to go outside to play a game.
No,
well, I could play my Vita outside.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to.
Okay. There's tons of diversity. Lots of outdoors, lots of indoors. It's fantastic. It's one of the best games
Is there
of the year.
ice level in there?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They always have ice level.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
What about like a volcano?
Not really, no.
Fire level where it's real hot underground somewhere?
There's some areas where things are on fire.
Are there aliens?
No.
Do you have to fight Nazis?
No. There are supernatural elements though, much like
There always are, yeah.
Yeah, in all the
Like
Tomb Raider
Uncharted.
games. Yeah, I mean, it fits a lot more in this game just because of where they set up the story. Laura's a really great character. The voice acting's really awesome. I really love this game, and it's one of the best games I played all year. And I couldn't stop playing it. But towards the end, when they make you to start fighting everything, it kind of ruins it. You know,
Do you fight a dinosaur?
No.
Do you fight a dragon?
No.
Do they have anything supernatural like that where it's just like, why is there a dragon in here?
No supernatural creatures. It's very grounded.
Masticore?
No. Apple Core?
Is there like a giant robot or something?
No.
What's the final boss?
No.
I'll look it up.
It also, like, the final sequence ends in a cutscene, which is kind of crazy. But whatever. I don't want to
Very
spoil
Resident
anything.
Evil, huh?
It's a ton of fun. If you own an Xbox One, you absolutely must play it. And if you own a PlayStation 4, just wait 10 months and then you can play it. And you will. I hope you'll adore it as much as I did. I thought it was a real fun ride for about.
J'adore.
It was a 15-hour fun ride. That's all I can say. So, are we
Well,
good?
I
then?
feel like my game was better, but it's okay.
Whatever.
To each their own, actually. They both sounded like a lot of fun.
Also, real quick, I played a game called Super Beat Zodic on the Vita. It's a rhythm game. And it's one of those games that's like from Japan and Korea where instead of having the audio notes come towards the bottom of the screen, they expand outward. This game is so smart because it has a very limited region. It's just left or right where they're going to expand out to. And also they made sure the things you have to hit are very big so you can see them right away. I don't know. It's those small touches that really help it. If you're a fan of rhythm games, Super Beat Zodic on the Vita, I have a first hour up at youtube.com/videogamesardumb. Check it out. I loved it. It's I can't stop thinking about that game. It's fun.
Go big or go home, huh? In rhythm games. Let's go on to the next section. I'm ready to move on. Wait, let's do this next section. Tom Cruise news. Okay, keep moving.
I think we need to get out of here. We need to hurry up and join our friends at the place where money is no problem. That's right. It's time to go to the Chart Park, the land where money grows on trees. Yes, the Chart Park. This is where we talk about all the business and financial and legal news in the video game industry. And also where we find out where those fat cats of Wall Street will tip their top hats towards Lady Luck.
Well, you said we were going to meet our friends. Who's going to be here? I don't want to see Jerry.
The money.
Oh, the money. That's a good friend.
Let's start off with the NPDs. We will talk about the UK and Japanese charts at the end of the Chart Park, but we need to talk about the NPDs because those only get released once a month. Here are the 10 best-selling games in America. Number 10 is Rock Band 4, best-selling on Xbox One. Number 9 is Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection. Number 8 is Yoshi's Woolly World. Number 7 is Destiny the Taken King, best-selling on PlayStation 4. Number 6 is FIFA 16, best-selling on PlayStation 4. Number 5 is WWE 2K16, best-selling on PlayStation 4. Number 4 is Madden NFL 16, best-selling on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, PlayStation 4.
Number 3 is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, best-selling on PlayStation 4.
Fuck yeah.
Number 2 is NBA 2K16, best-selling on PlayStation 4.
Bring it, PlayStation 4.
But number 1, the Xbox One exclusive, Halo 5 Guardians. Yes, they were actually able to take the top spot, which is fantastic news for Microsoft. So we really don't know. We can't really compare the numbers, though. How far is Halo from NBA? Who can say? And besides that, the second best-selling system on nearly all of these games was Xbox One, outselling the PlayStation 3 and 360 version of a lot of these multi-platform games.
Oh, quick note here.
Multi-platform games.
I played some NBA 2K16. I am just not into it anymore, man. I'm not playing those basketball games anymore.
You played it like every year for 10 years. What were you expecting?
I did. I played it a lot, man. I was kind of addicted for a while, but this year it's just kind of it's too simulation even for me, and I'm a simulation guy. I don't know how it has such a wide appeal. All these people must be getting really good at being tacticians and calling plays and setting up defenses and knowing everybody's strengths and weaknesses and different free throw releases, and it's just too complicated at this point. It's not fun anymore.
Oh man, that's a shame. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm gonna go to FIFA instead.
Let's talk about Warner Bros. How about we talk about them? Warner Brothers Interactive, they reported some numbers for their third quarter, and it was actually rather good. Revenue, which is also taking into account the other projects that they put out, including television and games altogether, had this is insane, $3.2 billion for the third quarter, which is incredible. Operating profits are at $148 million. Bonkers.
Do you think they're finally going to bring Animaniacs back with that kind of money?
Probably not.
Kickstart Animaniacs, guys.
Okay, we'll do that. They did point to the fact that LEGO Dimensions and Mad Max had very successful launches, and that Batman Arkham Knight continues to sell rather well, despite all the PC issues.
Just put Batman on anything, it's going to sell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Batman Racing. Catch Catwoman on her cat bike.
Excellent. That's on the cat
It's
bike.
a Batarang power-up.
Andrew Wilson. He is the boss of Electronic Arts. He's actually made an appearance on Fortune Magazine's Best CEOs.
You got to get your financial news magazine straight.
Absolutely. So basically, Andrew Wilson appeared in third place. In fourth place was Tim Cook from Apple, so that's not bad. Of course, in first and second place was
Of course it was, yes.
Mark Parker of Nike, and in second place was Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Do you think that if your name is Mark, you have a better chance of being
I'm going to change my name to Mark.
Me too.
And my last name to Ointentine.
Blipper blur.
What's your new last name going to be?
Blipper blur. Mark Blipper blip.
Blipperberg? How do you spell it?
B-L-I-B-L-Q-U-E-R-B-E-R. Blipper.
I don't think there's a Q in there.
Yeah, it's silent, idiot.
Silent Q? That sounds Norwegian or something. Okay,
Silent Q is my favorite band.
You know, that's my favorite Metal Gear Solid enemy.
Silent Q.
Oh, I don't want to fight Silent Q again. If you just wait long enough, he'll stop talking to you, and then you can walk away.
Excellent. Fallout 4, Justin's favorite game of 2015.
No, I like Bloodborne better.
Let me finish the fucking story. It has shipped over 12 million copies in its first 24 hours. Apparently, it sold over 1 million copies on Steam within the first 24 hours, which is, of course, bonkers. Apparently, there were 470,000 concurrent players on Steam, outpacing any other non-Steam related game.
You know, it's crazy to me, because it really isn't a super crazy accessible game. It does feel a lot like a more old school, like a Minecraft kind of thing. I guess Minecraft is getting pretty mainstream, but when I think mainstream, I'm thinking like Madden or like Halo, some sort of FPS, like Call of Duty.
It's a big world, and you have a gun. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters to people.
Yeah, look at Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I really like the style. For something that really appeals to me, usually it's not a mainstream game. I don't play a lot of mainstream.
You want to play some mainstream games? Why don't you check out Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which generated $550 million in its first 3 days, officially making it the biggest entertainment launch of 2015.
I watched some gameplay. It does look awesome.
You should play it. It's super good.
I don't have enough time for everything.
I think you should play it anyway. I think it's a really fun game.
Hmm.
We're almost done with the chart park already. It's a very slow week on the chart park.
Can we take one of these money trees?
No, because we have to talk about the best-selling games in the UK. That's right. As christened by the Queen herself.
They still have a queen over there?
Yes, you do. I still have a queen over here.
Dude, we need to get
I'll
a hot...
box your ears if you don't know about the queen.
Let's get a hot queen at some point, huh?
Oh, man, a hot smoking hot
Helen
queen.
Mirren, the queen.
Yeah, hell yeah. Angelina Jolie is the queen.
The Queen of England. That'd be a great movie.
Only if the trailer involves a record scratch. And she goes, "Excuse me."
It's like a cross between First Kid and what's that one?
They would never get away with it, but
National Treasure.
they could call the movie Queen Tart.
What does that mean?
I don't want to talk.
Green tart? Is
Here are
that
the
like some
10
sex
best-
term? Okay, let's
10
move on.
best-selling games in the UK. Number 10 is Call of Duty Ghosts. What the hell's going on in the UK? I thought you guys were smart.
They like ghosts over there. Everything's haunted over there.
Yeah. Oh, it's Halloween, it is.
Ew, there's no ghosts in this game at all, is there?
Oh, yes. The ghosts are haunting me in my dreams. Perhaps if I play the Call of Duty, they'll go into the game system.
I thought you were saying the ghosts were haunted. Oh, even these ghosts are haunted, aren't they?
Don't bother. Number 9 is Lego Dimensions. Number 8 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 7 is WWE 2K16. Number 6 is Minecraft Story Mode. Number 5 is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Number 4 is Halo 5. Number 3 is Need for Speed. Number 2 is FIFA 16. And number 1 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. You ready to have your mind blown? Let's go over to the cursed land of trains, known as Japan, for their 10 best-selling games of the week. You're not gonna believe this. Number 10 is The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Number 9 is Splatoon. Number 8 is Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force. Those games
are taking over.
I do not like the Fairy Fencer F series that much. Number 7 is Super Mario Maker. Number 6 is To Love Ru, Trouble Darkness, True Princess. Number 5 is
Wong Fu.
Yokai Watchbusters, Red Cat Team, White Dog Squad! I am a big fan of the Red Cat now that I played that game. That Red Cat is wonderful.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam, Red Cat Team.
Hey, Red Team, we're going to Vietnam.
Number 4 is God Eater Resurrection. Number 3 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PlayStation 3.
I didn't think it was Japanese enough to sell that much in Japan.
Number 2 is Disney Magical World 2. That's on the 3DS.
That's way more Japanese.
And number 1 on the PlayStation 4 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The Japanese like it. You want to play it now?
Why do they like it?
Because
I need to talk to a Japanese guy.
Because it double jump.
You don't do your impersonation of a Japanese guy. That's racist.
The game is actually quite good. This is not what a Japanese person generally sounds like.
I like that because it was tasteful.
I was born actually in Japan, but
I'm
I moved
adopted.
when I was 9. So, you know.
I
You want to know about Black Ops 3 or more about me?
I want to know more about you, actually. So what do you do for work?
I play Black Ops 3.
You're a professional gamer?
Sorry, no English.
I don't want to play against... Okay.
Let's talk about the best-selling consoles over in Japan. Starting it off, number 1, PlayStation 4 with 33,442. That was a crazy number. 33,442.
Why is that number so crazy? It sounds like a regular number to me.
That's almost 10,000 more than last week. That's over 10,000
You mean the
more.
significance of the number, not just the number itself. I'm like, that number sounds normal.
Hey, yeah.
Here's a weird number, 737.
That's a 50% increase, bro. That's a lot of money for them.
We're crunching numbers over here on the...
New 3DS LL with 18,496, PlayStation Vita with 13,085, new 3DS with 10,448, Wii U with 9,935, PlayStation 3 with 1,716, 3DS with 965, Xbox One with 825, PlayStation Vita TV with 723, and in last place is 3DS LL. It is worth pointing out that the PlayStation Vita TV and the 3DS LL are below the Xbox One, not by a huge margin, but the Xbox One did sell 825, probably due to Halo, although that did not actually place in the top 10. It also was in the 11th place last week, so that's worth pointing out.
So is LL just the same? And can you play the same games on there as the regular 3DS? Or?
LL is just the larger system. That's the one you have. You have the XL.
Okay.
You should get a new 3DS.
Okay.
And that's going to do it for the Chart Park, the land where money grows on trees.
Coming up on the PRESSURECAST.
We got Pocket Talk, we got Idiot of the Week, and we have Strong History. So why don't you do yourself a favor?
In Battle Rap.
Stay tuned.
Bernie, where are all the 5-star reviews on iTunes?
Well, I don't know, Ted. I don't know why people aren't reviewing the PRESSURECAST. They gotta go on there and have a written review, and then when they do the written review, they also gotta do 5 stars, Ted.
All right, Burn. We're gonna tell those people to review the thing on the old iTunes, and then we're gonna get ourselves a Stegosaurus Rex sandwich. That's what we're gonna do. Just fucking do it already.
Okay, Fred.
Oh,
Ted. Oh, damn it.
Barney, what are you doing? Go to iTunes already.
Just do it already. 5 stars for written review.
Oh, okay, Ted. I'm on the iTunes website. What do I do?
You just gotta write out a sentence, Barney. You gotta write out a sentence. Hey, I like the Pressure Cast. It's real good. You can write whatever you want. Just give us 5 stars.
My fruity rocks are pretty good.
Oh, I like your fruity rocks, Bernie. I like your fruity rocks.
Where's your wife? I like your wife.
You get the fuck away from my wife. You get your ass over to iTunes. You write those fucking reviews.
Oh, okay, I'm on the review. Got it.
All right, you can stay away from my fucking fruity stones as well. Just do it, guys, please.
Please put a review up. It's pretty funny.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Okay, here we are. It's time for Big Talk in a Small World. That's right. It's time for Poker Talk. Poker Talk.
I'm just a little guy.
All right, Justin, are you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Smartphones. Okay, Nintendo has revealed that their first smartphone games will be free. They're all going to be free. Now, previously, last month, we heard during a shareholders meeting that they were going to have some that were going to be charged. You'd have to pay to play. And there are ones that were just going to be free, and they would have some, microtransactions in there. They have since revealed that, no, they're actually just going to have free games for the time being, and they will have games that you pay for later on down the road. So.
Okay, let me give you one thing here.
Okay, good.
Final Fantasy Dimensions, the cell phone RPG by the Final Fantasy guys, right?
Jesus Christ.
They give you enough time in that game. The tutorial is like a good 4 hours long. They give you enough time to be like, this game sucks, before they try to make you buy the rest of the content for it. Anyway, sorry, unrelated.
They should charge you for how many for your name. Every letter costs
every
like
letter. Okay, my name
cents.
is B again.
Hi, my name is B.
Yeah.
The first letter's free.
You have to find the crystals to save the majesty.
Yeah, give us money. Every crystal costs real crystal money.
Here's an airship for you. Remember when those were cool?
That's good news for Nintendo, though. All those are going to be free. But you want to talk about Square Enix? We can talk about Square Enix.
Please, baby, let's do it.
They have revealed that Dragon Quest VII and Dragon Quest VIII are going to be coming to the 3DS in America. These were already released over in Japan, and they just look beautiful. These are great-looking remakes. So this is fantastic news. They're going to happen at some point during the summer next year to the fall. So one's going to be released earlier, one's going to be released later. I'm actually a little worried about this fall or next year because check this out. So we've got one JRPG. 2 of them, in fact.
Well,
okay.
That's more than one.
I don't even know what the other game we were talking about earlier. Oh, that was Hyrule Warriors. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that's not even an RPG.
But they've also announced that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are going to be coming to the 3DS eShop in their classic form, allowing you to trade wirelessly. Pokemon Yellow was the one that was more based off the TV show that actually had Team Rocket more in the game, and you had a Pikachu.
I'm still waiting for Pokemon Go. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait for Pokemon Go.
What do you play Pokemon Go on your phone? Just your regular phone?
Yeah, on regular phone. Also worth noting that will be out on the eShop Virtual Console on February 27th on your 3DS. I'm totally going to buy Blue again. I love the first Pokemon. I think it's so good.
Blue? Is there 2 different versions again?
Blue, Red, and Yellow. You got 3 different versions.
I always had Blue too. I don't like Red.
Mewtwo? No, Mewtwo is you can't get him.
Oh, Mewtwo has a new evolution. Did you see that online?
No.
Yeah, they did a new Mewtwo. It looks better than ever.
Oh, God.
You thought Mewtwo might be getting out of shape? He's got a workout center in his garage.
Just a rip-off of Frieza.
Yeah, kind of, actually.
It is.
You know what? The new Frieza movie's awesome, by the way, everybody. The Dragon Ball Z one, you guys gotta watch it. It's pretty fucking sweet, I gotta be honest with you.
That's gonna do it for Dragon Ball talk.
No, we're gonna get more.
Fire Emblem Fates is going to have 2 different versions in the West. There were 2 versions of Fire Emblem Fates, known as Fire Emblem If on the 3DS over in Japan. We're getting 2 different versions. They're each going to be $40. If you buy one, you can buy the other one digitally for $20, or there's a special edition that will include an art book and a new 3DS XL pouch for $80. My only question is this special edition that has 3 different versions, because the 3rd version is going to be coming out down the line, are they all digital? I don't want digital. I want physical for all 3 of those games.
The 3rd version?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Virgin.
Oh, okay. I thought you just went 3rd version. Like,
no, I said Virgin.
Fire Emblem, of course, is one of the best games on 3DS and one of the best games of this generation.
It's one of the best games in general. It's just an amazing game.
The new ones are better than the old ones.
Well, definitely, yeah.
It's incredible how far they're taking it. The whole companion system and the time traveling elements, the children's system, just insane.
It is. My only problem is, man, every game that's coming out right now that I want to play is just going to be a gigantic demanding time suck, like everything.
So we got the Pokemon, we got the Fire Emblem Fates, and we also have the 2 Dragon Quest games.
Yeah, those are all gonna take at least 80 hours. Way more than that, probably.
And there's more than, I mean, if you're counting Wii U, there's Xenoblade Saga or whatever it's called, the one that's coming out in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That one's they're advertising that, and after 100 hours, you're still gonna have more stuff to do, and there'll still be battles that'll be difficult at 100 hours.
And there's gonna be DLC probably, right?
For all of these games, probably not. Probably
Nintendo doesn't do a lot of DLC, do they?
For Fire Emblem Fates, for sure, they did a lot of DLC that was very well received for the last game. Like, good God,
no matter how good these games are, I don't have time for all of them.
I'm taking Fire Emblem over all of those.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fire Emblem's so good.
The last one, that was one of the best games I've ever played.
Best games ever. I just loved getting those characters together. I was like, no, you're gonna fall in love, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the horse guy fall in love with this tiny little girl who looks too young for her.
I like the really bashful guy in the game where no one knows that he was there, and he'd always have to speak up. They're like, how long have you been there? And he's a big, huge guy, but he's so timid that no one knows.
Oh, I like the kid with the pot on his head. I got him super powerful.
With the stick or whatever.
Yeah, and I married him to one of those beast women that can fly and all that.
Did anybody die in your game?
Yeah, I killed off a ton of people.
Okay. You guys, seriously, if you've never played Fire Emblem, go play Fire Emblem on 3DS and play it on a new 3DS because it's better on new 3DS because it's a new 3DS.
Yeah, they have a lot of awesome like random dungeons. Was my problem. I kept leveling up like crazy, and then I go back to the main storyline, and the characters don't level with you. I mean, the enemies.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I gotta fly through like 50 missions here now because I'm too high leveled.
You know what I always did is I would just take the people I wasn't using, and I'd put them in the dungeons, and then I'd put them in the main story.
That's a good idea.
You got to balance out your characters and level them all up because you'll need them later on in the game. You need
I believe
everybody.
we call that a life hack.
Life hack. Okay. That's going to do it for Pocket Talk. Let's take the mushroom and get big.
Oh, this feels nice.
Oh, so nice. All right.
It's a spicy meatball.
Mamma mia.
Put it back in the pan. It's too hot.
Welcome to Florida. Mamma mia.
You're not going to see too many Italians down here.
No, because I'm another Italian. I have a speech impediment.
This is just how I talk.
I don't know.
I'm going to go for some spaghetti and...
List off your favorite Muppets just right now.
Gonzo. Zongo, as I like to call him. What's the little rat called? Ringo or something?
That's good. I just want to make sure that it was still recording.
Yeah, baby.
Ringo
the rat.
Ringo, the drummer, of course, not an intelligent man, but he's not as stupid as the idiot of the week.
Hi, Con.
This idiot of the week is notorious amongst anyone that grew up in the 90s. His name is Ivo Dr. Eggman Robotnik.
What an idiot.
I know.
What a stupid person.
Keeps trying to take out Sonic. He can't do that. This week, Dr. Robotnik actually took over.
He took
over Sonic's official Twitter. It was crazy. And not only that, but instead of just having tweets, he would record audio samples of
He would record
audio samples and respond to people. According to him, that intolerant blue hedgehog has been running amok on Twitter long enough. I've finally taken over Sonic's social media accounts. Get a load of this.
What were some of the tweets? Like, Sonic sucks.
yeah, basically, people. It was people tweeting him questions, and then the voice actor would respond as Dr. Robotnik would respond in a voice
actor. Oh yeah.
He would say such things that there are no refunds at Dr. Robotnik land. He demands his own comic book from Archie Comics.
From Archie Comics?
Yeah,
Why?
They do the Sonic comic that's been around forever. And here's the weirdest thing he did. He tweeted directly at Kel Mitchell from Keenan and Kel, asking him if he likes orange soda, and then telling him to stop being a fan of Sonic and only love Dr. Eggman. He tweeted at the real Kel Mitchell. It was really bizarre.
You know what? Kel Mitchell's still pretty funny.
He is very funny.
You should watch Like Mike 2.
Yeah.
Street Ball. He plays a villain in that. He's this guy's brother who just decides he's better at basketball than that guy is. And he's always wearing rayon.
Wasn't he in that Thanksgiving movie like a decade ago?
Oh, you mean the turkey movie?
Yeah, it was him, and it was like the guy who played Urkel. A bunch of people were in that.
Daleel White.
He's like a motorcycle.
He's like a
So I gotta say, this is actually one of the coolest things ever. You gotta look at the Sonic official Twitter.
Wait, we need a real idiot of the week. This isn't a real person.
Dr. Robotnik is a real person.
Your mom is the idiot.
He took over. He even said, they were like, "What did you do to the social media guys?" Like, he's mostly unharmed. You
So
know?
Sonic doesn't even do his own social media page?
No, someone else does it. Dude, Sonic has to go fast. And as fast as Twitter is, it's not fast enough for Sonic.
Well, why doesn't he get a phone that can keep up with him? The Motorola.
Just show him tapping on the button.
Now we're advertised by Motorola here.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, I'm not a big Sonic fan anymore. It's fallen off the wagon like 2 decades ago.
I just said advertised by.
Yeah, I know.
Now we're advertised by? That's stupid. I'm the idiot of the week.
Yeah, seriously. But seriously, if you like Sonic, even in the past, you gotta check this out. I thought it was pretty amazing. They just had Eggman tweeting at Kel Mitchell. That's hilarious.
That's very funny.
And he's even like, Kel, I heard you like your Sega Genesis. Like,
really? Oh, okay. They need to go back to their 90s roots, back when the game was good.
let's not even tell them what they need. Sega just needs to be bought up.
Sega needs to listen to us.
They need to get bought up by Disney.
They need to go back to making pachinko machines.
Yeah, they are. Sammy's doing that. So, Dr. Eggman, for carelessly taking over the Sonic official Twitter page, you are the idiot, that blasted hedgehog of the week. I'll get you next time, Sonic.
Give us 5 stars, Sonic.
We'll give him to do that.
Baby.
You know what? This upcoming week marks the anniversary of many amazing events, and that's what we're here to talk about. Your upcoming week has a lot of history. We're here to discuss it now in Strong History.
Hey, you said marks. Earlier we were talking about marks being a great, effective name for video games. We should use the word marks more often.
Well, actually,
Karl Marx predicted
Sega had the
rise of the working class.
Had the Mark III, which was the Sega Master System.
Yeah, that's also the name of a razor blade. Pretty good razor, Mark IV.
Yeah.
Mach 4.
Wrestling fans are called Marks, and smart wrestling fans are called Smarks.
Marky Mark has Mark in his name twice, and
Does he have an Oscar?
yeah, I think he might have won one. Wahlberg
Yeah.
for Wahlburgers, his TV show.
Is that really a TV?
Yeah, he started a burger place with like a bunch of his friends, or maybe it's just that's his show.
I'm sure we can talk about this.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
10 years ago this week, 50 Cent Bulletproof was released on the PS2, which has the infamous opening line, "What's mine's is mine's. What's yours is mine's. This is my life."
Yeah, that's great. By the way, other 50 Cent thing I need to toss in there quick. He threw out the worst first pitch I've ever seen in my life. Look it up. It's hilarious.
I'll check that out. Also 10 years ago, Condemned Criminal Origins was released on the Xbox 360.
Don't remember that one.
The Xbox 360, that's not part of the
system?
Yeah, that's not part of the history until next week. Sega released the game early, so if you're waiting for that, that's next week. 10 years ago also, Dragon Quest VIII was released on the PlayStation 2. Journey of the Cursed King, one of the most beautiful games on the PS2. Like, gorgeous. You ever play that game?
I was gonna make a quick joke.
Okay.
Mark your calendars for next week for the Sega thing coming up.
No.
Mark. Remember where you're saying Mark?
No.
What game did I play? What is it called?
Dragon Quest VIII on the PS2.
Yeah. Oh, I love that game.
So that's coming to the 3DS. You gonna play it again?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
I don't like to play remakes.
11 years ago, Alien Hominid was released on the PS2.
Love that game.
That's such an important moment, though, because that was Newgrounds releasing a game on a console, really, really bringing independent titles to consoles, which really hadn't been done before then. You could say that sort of happened on the PS1 generation.
That was before Newgrounds ruined Flash for everybody.
That's true. Also 11 years ago, Call of Duty Finest Hour was released on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, marking the very first time that series would be on a console. So, testing the waters for Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty 3. And all the other Call of Duties.
Is there another Call of Duty 2? Ghost, right?
Yeah. That's so weird to even think that Call of Duty Ghost is the exact same series as Call of Duty 2, which takes place in World War II. That is, as I will say once
Whatever
again,
happened to Medal
bonkers.
of Honor? Medal of Honor? Is that Battlegrounds now?
Medal of Honor it
so those games are
out.
really good.
They used to be. The last two were not good.
Now, are they Army men bad?
Oh, man.
Whole
Fuck that.
series of horrible games.
Oh, never a good one. Also, 11 years ago, speaking of bad games, Fight Club on the PS2 was released.
Oh, baby. You get to play Fred Durst, though.
You do get to play as Fred Durst, Abraham Lincoln, and Meatloaf. The best part about this game is that the backgrounds were static, right? So it's this bad 3D fighter where you can't actually move any sort of angle. And they had, like, x-ray punches. So that's before Mortal Kombat. So you got to give them credit there. So there's this one where you're in a bathroom, right? And you can back away from each other.
This one?
It just takes place in a bathroom, but you can't interact with any of the objects because it's a static background. So you're backing away from each other, right? And you can back away for like a good 50 feet, and the background is just stretching. Like you can tell the JPEG is just getting bigger and bigger. I saw a copy of that for sale. I might pick that up and do a live dive of it because the thing that's amazing about that game is it starts off in full CG, And then just like by the second or third level, suddenly it's just pictures of CG. Like they never finished the animation on any of them. It's just voices going over it.
Do they have bad narration? Like, this is Jack's bad fighting game.
Yeah, no. It's all
It's all
bad.
with that stupid narration that they do in the movie.
Oh my god, it's bad.
CGI in that movie doesn't hold up, by the way, either if you watch it again.
It's not bad. 11 years ago, also, one of Justin's favorite, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes on the GameCube.
I do have that game, but
It's actually not that good.
it's not one of my favorites because they made a smaller world than the first game, but had like a netherworld version of it that you could go to, like in
Dark
Legend
Link.
of Zelda. Yeah, it was stupid.
You want to talk about great games? Not the best version of it, but 11 years ago, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was released on the PS2. You gotta play the subsistence version of that because you can control the camera. I can understand why people didn't like it when it came out, but once you had that third-person camera, it was like...
3 was good. I don't want to tell you my one problem because you're not going to agree with it.
What is it? Just say it.
It's kind of a long story.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, you're fighting what's the name of the woman that's the big boss? Big Boss is a woman,
Big
right?
Bot?
Big Boss is a woman,
No,
right?
she's boss. The boss.
The boss. Okay, so you're fighting the boss at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
You get your ass kicked.
Right.
Then you fight her again later, and for some reason you beat her, even though you really haven't like trained or got stronger.
You defeated the rest of those characters. That's what made you
But
train.
that's not it. For me, I'm just like, okay, she literally kicked my ass without even getting to fight her. It was just a cutscene of her whooping my ass.
Okay.
And now, for some reason, I'm able to.
Let me get this right.
It doesn't make any sense.
So you don't think by
fighting a couple other bosses, you're suddenly good enough for this person to just whoop your ass? I don't know.
I think you absolutely are. You survive so much.
It's like the same fight, though. It's just face to face.
Snake literally loses all of his humanity and becomes just a natural essence. He feels. He no longer thinks. And
I
don't
thought he
talk
didn't
about
really
the
have
end.
much humanity in the first place because he's a clone or whatever, or he doesn't even know who he is. He has no identity.
This
He's
is
just a
Snake.
soldier. Well, he's just Snake Plissken,
Boss.
clearly.
Metal Gear.
I don't know, man. I thought the storylines in 1 and 2 were better, but everybody loves 3.
Oh!
Everybody loves 3. It's fine. Well, 2 goes crazy at the end, and I love it. Like, a lot
I
of
do
people
too.
probably don't like it. It just
No.
gets so absurd and abstract and weird.
I love all the Metal Gear games, even Metal Gear Acid. I love it all. If you've never played Metal Gear Acid, I think you can get that on the... I don't know if you can get that on the Vita. That's the card game. It's really good. Also, 11 years ago, Half-Life 2 was released worldwide on Steam. That was a really big deal. That's like when Steam really kicked off.
That's the one that they need a Half-Life 3. That game was amazing.
And let's not even get started on it.
Yeah.
11 years ago, Feel the Magic XYXX was released on the Nintendo DS.
Don't know it. Don't want to know it. Never heard of it.
It was a Sega game where it was all about like falling in love through mini games. It was like WarioWare meets a dating simulator. It was pretty amazing. Also, Super Mario 64 DS was released 11 years ago. You know why? Because 11 years ago, this week, the Nintendo DS was launched in North America. The original awful DS before the DS Lite came out and just saved everything.
Yeah.
Holy crap. The original DS is garbage.
What about the original Xbox with that gigantic surge protector?
Oh my
like
god.
that 10-pound surge protector?
That's true. I'm looking into buying another one of those. I keep getting that.
You should get the shitty surge protector too with it, because you got to play it how it was back then.
This is a little weird. 12 years ago, we have 3 Nintendo games that I think are pretty interesting. But one of them is more of a collection. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition on the GameCube. Remember that if you pre-ordered Wind Waker, you got all those games on disc? That was amazing.
I did. I got that one.
Because you got the Master Quests on there, which are really cool. Also, 12 years ago, Nintendo made a big mistake and made Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, I love that game. See, we disagree on some things.
You don't know what Double Dash is. You keep thinking it's a different one.
No, we played that with Blair Dragger.
I think you're just making a mistake.
No, we definitely did. You remember it. We beat your ass at it.
No, it must be a different game because it's not a good game.
It's not the best. I mean, they get more and more kiddie as it goes along.
I would say it's the worst Mario Kart game ever.
Well, it probably is the worst, but I still think it was pretty fun.
I mean, it's got the most gimmicky bullshit. Oh, the stage is moving while you're driving. Oh.
That's how most of those games are.
Hey, it does make you feel better. 12 years ago, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga was released on the Game Boy Advance.
That one was pretty good.
Jack off.
I prefer the Paper Mario series to the Mario and Luigi series.
Not.
Oh yeah,
how many Paper Marios do you play?
I played the one on N64 and I played Thousand Year Door.
So you didn't play so many of them since then. You didn't play.
Are there that many of them now?
Yeah, there's one on the Wii. There's one on the 3DS, which is Superstar Saga.
But Superstar Saga feels like a different series to me. It doesn't feel like Paper Mario.
I'm sorry, not Superstar Saga. Sticker something, whatever.
Oh, I wanted to play that, though.
I got that for $5 at Best Buy. They were just throwing that game away.
So I bet you if I played that, I would like it better than Superstar Saga.
Why don't you go find out?
Because I have too many games to play.
Yeah, whatever. All right. There's not that many JRPGs coming out next year.
Well, my birthday is Thursday, guys. So, Colin, you might want to get on that.
No, I didn't hear you.
And I want to hear some happy birthday wishes from you, Colin.
13 years ago this week, Steel Battalion was released on the Xbox. That was the game that had the giant controller because you were controlling a mech. At the Midwest Gaming Classic last year, they had, I think, 7 or 8 of those machines lined up and all playing on LAN. It was amazing. You actually
gotta do it just to do it, huh?
They literally had a cover for a switch they had to flip up to eject. How cool is that?
It is kind of cool. There's a lot of buttons on there, though.
That was amazing. Also, 13 years ago, Splinter Cell was released on the original Xbox. That was an exclusive for a little bit, timed exclusive.
Was it really?
Metroid Prime, the first one, was released on the GameCube. That's the one you like, isn't it?
Yeah, that game's awesome.
And Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
Fusion is also amazing until you get to that. Oh no, Fusion's good the whole time.
Fusion's great.
Zero Mission's the one where I'm like, why am I doing this right now? I'm playing a Zero Suit Samus. It's stupid.
Zero Mission's good. I like Zero Mission.
I love it until you get the Zero Suit thing, and I'm like, this is stupid.
Speaking of Unlucky 13, we have 2 unlucky games. BMX Triple X on the PS2.
Ugh,
Remember that?
ugh.
Like, you see tits while you're riding a bike doing tricks.
Isn't that they had a golf one too? Outlaw Golf.
Yeah, that's a different game.
It is, but it was the same kind of.
That was also 13 years ago, but I did not write it down on here because fuck those games.
So bad.
The lesbians spank each other because that's what lesbians do.
And then they scissor for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also 13 years ago, Big Rigs Over the Road Racing was released on the PC, which is an infamously bad game. Infamously bad. You drive really fast backwards. You can drive like 99999
So it's not as good as Infamous.
No, I love Infamous. 14 years ago, the original Xbox was launched with Halo Combat Evolved, Fusion Frenzy, which is Bill Gates' favorite launch title, and Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, which is where that series like fell apart for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Stranger was pretty good. Was
Stranger's
that after?
incredible. Stranger's incredible. Also, 14 years ago, the GameCube launched with Super Monkey Ball, Luigi's Mansion, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron
That's
2.
a solid leading lineup there. I like all those games.
Yeah, they're great. Super Monkey Ball especially. Yeah.
Monkey Ball is just a blast.
I feel like they
still is. It's still fun.
I feel like the original Monkey Ball is still the best for multiplayer, but
2 was pretty good.
2 is better for single player, I think. It's got better
The
stages.
multiplayer in 2 is pretty fun too.
They screwed up some of the things, like the monkey combat doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Where you're knocking each other off of that platform?
Yeah, it doesn't feel as good as it did in the first one.
Mm.
15 years ago, Daikatana was released on the 64, the game that John Romero said would make you his bitch.
John Ramiro?
Yeah, he worked on the original Doom.
He sounds stupid.
He is
Is he out of the
stupid.
business now? You think he's unemployed?
No, he's going back. 15 years ago, also, Sin and Punishment was released in Japan on the Nintendo 64. That is an incredible game.
That is a great game.
That honestly, if that released in America, I would have a totally different
He'd
perspective
have a
on
big
the
heart
64.
on about it.
Have a big dick for it. Also, 15 years ago, this is hard to believe. 15 years ago, Hitman Codename 47 was released on the PC. That game is so ahead of its time. 15 years ago, Hitman Codename 47.
Codependency?
Also, 15 years ago, WWF No Mercy, the criminally overrated Nintendo 64 game.
Oh, I love that game.
The game has too much fucking slowdown.
It does. But I
Because
don't care.
16 years ago, WWF WrestleMania 2000, the Superior title, was released on the 64, as was the expansion pack Half-Life Opposing Force, which is a very good expansion pack, and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, one of my favorites on the original PlayStation.
I love the Nemesis. It was so fun to fight that Nemesis.
17 years ago, Oddworld Abe's Exodus was released on the PlayStation. Masterpiece.
You know, that Nemesis felt a lot like in Fusion when you have the evil Samus running around. Where you're
Mm.
like, oh, I don't even want to try to fight this thing. Thank God it is killing everyone else.
You were literally decades behind where I'm talking now.
Well, it was just earlier though. We're on the same segment here.
Half-Life was released 17 years ago this week. One of the most important games of all time, like hands down. And also WCW/NWO Revenge was released on the 64.
No.
That's the game where you could play as Glacier. Do you remember?
Oh, Glacier from Primal Instinct, is that? Primal Rage?
No, not even close. But do you
No,
remember-
that's close, isn't it? What
did
is
you play
Killer Instinct.
Yeah. Did you play WCW versus NWO Revenge much?
it?
Because the opening is a guy driving a truck and Sting's just standing there with fire behind him. And he's got
I've seen that, yeah.
And the guy goes, "What the?"
Oh, yeah.
That's his response. Instead of being like,
What the?
"Holy shit!" He just, "What the?" Amazing. 18 years ago, Parappa the Rapper was released on the PlayStation in the United States.
Punch is all in the mind.
If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the
That
things
I'm
I
a
teach you.
teacher.
I'm sure
Sure
to
to
beat
teach
you.
ya.
Nevertheless, you get a lesson from teacher. Now kick, and
Turn
punch.
to the right.
Punch, duck,
Turn to the left.
duck, and jump.
Turn to the left.
Listen carefully.
Turn to the right.
Oh man!
I wanted to get into the next
Jump,
song.
turn, and kick it. Jump, turn, kick.
Turn your signal on.
Yeah.
I don't remember how
yeah.
that song goes.
Now, just don't forget, this ain't kung fu.
No.
Come on again. check and turn your signal to the left. Check and turn your signal to the right. The only level that sucks on there is the kitchen one.
Yep, kitchen one sucks.
And you know what's funny? All the commercials just show the kitchen part, which is bonkers. Ribbit, I can't hold it. Last
That's the
toilet
next
that
one.
I owned,
That
I
one's
already
great.
sold it. That's the last stage where you have to battle for the bathroom.
No, the last stage is when you do the I Gotta Believe
That's
song.
second to last stage. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that stage is amazing.
It's a great stage. The last one's good, too.
He's on a date with Sunny Funny. He's drinking too many liquids. That's why he has to go to the bathroom the whole
Sunny
time.
Funny, yeah.
Dude,
Sunflower Girl.
when he destroys the car, he literally flies off the planet and it comes back down and it lands perfectly and just everything falls off. Oh, Parappa, my car. What did you do to my car? That game, Parappa the Rappa, seriously, one of the greatest games of all time. 20 years ago, Destruction Derby.
I love Destruction Derby.
Mm-hmm.
I played that on PS1.
I play that game so much. If you want no damage on your car, just type in damage in the password section. That's how much I played that game.
That you remember that the password was damage? That's an easy password to remember.
I think Destruction Derby 2 is slightly better because
It
you're
is.
flying off hills and shit.
Yeah.
22 years ago, the thing that made most of these games possible, Sony Computer Entertainment Incorporated was founded, which is incredibly important. 22 years ago. Amazing.
Yeah, Fortune Magazine should do a report on that. It's so important.
23 years ago, Airzonk was released on a TurboGrafx 16 in Japan. He's like Bonk, but he's got a mohawk and he shoots stuff. It's a shoot 'em up.
Complete ripoff.
Yeah. 25 years ago, Super Mario World was released on the Super Nintendo because, to close us out, 25 years ago, the Super Famicom was released in Japan. 25 years ago, the Super Nintendo. That's absolutely incredible.
That is.
There's an episode of 8 for Play
Oh, 8 for Play.
where this guy's talking about how he was in some sort of meeting or whatever. He worked at the Nintendo club where people called up, and someone actually let him down. He put a key in the elevator, turned the key, they went all the way down the basement, opened up the door, and it was just row and row and row of televisions playing Super Mario World, and it hadn't even been announced yet, and his mind was blown.
Wait, let's say you get in an elevator with a guy and he turns the key to put you in the basement. I'm not sure if I trust that guy. I'm like, what are you going to do? You
There's
could do anything
always-
to me down here in the basement.
Always going to be Super Mario World on the SNES is going to be down there.
Oh, that's the only thing you're going to find.
That's the only thing
You know
you're
what?
gonna
I probably do have that in my basement right now,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Don't have an elevator. though.
Super Nintendo, a really great system.
Favorite system?
One of the best that just somehow could not surpass the Genesis in terms of quality. I'm just, Final Fight versus Streets of Rage, son, where you at?
Final Fight.
I'm saying Rocket Knight
League.
Adventures, which you never played,
I never played it.
and you need to because that's a great Genesis
Versus
game.
the Earthworm Jim port on SNES. SNES all day.
The music's better on the Genesis. It plays better on Genesis. It's a 3-button game. Don't
Wait,
waste
let's see.
your time.
What else was on the Super Nintendo that wasn't on the Genesis? That's a really good game that we could play on the Genesis.
Final Fantasy?
No, we're gonna skip those this time. Let's go deeper.
Okay.
Let's dive deeper into this.
What
system.
Memento shit.
Uno Momento. Rampart.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rampart was on everything, dude. You can't say Rampart.
It was a fun game though.
That was on TurboGrafx even.
Really? Oh shit! I'm not gonna be able to think of one off the top of my head, am I?
Dumbass.
ActRaiser. That's on both of them, isn't it?
No, ActRaiser is only on Super Nintendo, but also
SimCity. That's a great game.
Yeah, that's true. But you got to remember they also had ActRaiser 2 on Super Nintendo, which I think evens the field.
Yeah,
All the
it's pretty
positives
bad.
are now negative, so it is just a neutral release.
Where's
Where's your Vector Man at? Where's the ooze?
I didn't like
You got
Vector
some
Man.
Comic Zone, son.
Comic Zone sucks.
Comic Zone is great.
The first level is kind of cool as like a novelty, but it gets really hard and there's only 3 levels.
Oh my god. I beat that game only a couple of years ago.
It's really hard.
I used to save state.
You're bullshitting me.
I'm not bullshitting you.
Oh, okay. Let's
I mean, I will say that the music is better on Super Nintendo. The speed is better on Genesis, and I think that they had better singular releases on Super Nintendo, but a better catalog on Genesis.
favorite Super Nintendo game for me? The cool spot one where you're playing as the 7-Up spot.
Action games just feel better on Genesis.
We're never gonna come to.
I've done
agreement about this.
comparisons on it where I'm like, all right, I'll play this Addams Family game on Super Nintendo and Genesis. It plays better on Genesis. I'll play Three Ninjas Kickback on Genesis and Super Nintendo. It feels better on
You're
Genesis.
the only one who plays that game.
Three Ninjas Kickback is pretty funny. And on the Sega CD, they actually have their teacher in FMV that just interrupts the game. It's like, okay, here's how you do the next move.
Kick, punch. It's all in the mind.
Yeah, it all goes back to that.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Three Ninjas Kickback on the Sega CD was made by Sony ImageSoft. So
Kickback. That's the one where you just hang out the whole time and sit in comfortable chairs, right? You're just like, oh, we're not gonna fight for a while. Let's just kick back and have some fun in the sun.
That sounds nice. That sounds like a good time.
It's a relaxing game.
Mm.
I thought Tropico was gonna be a relaxing game, but man, it's stressful managing
What are you
resources.
talking about? What, are you playing Tropico 5 on the PS4?
Maybe a little bit.
How did you get that game?
It was cheap on Amazon.
How much did you pay for it?
Like $8 or something.
Dude, someone left a comment on the damn YouTube because they were watching me playing Grand Ages Medieval, and they're like, "Well, I really like Tropico 5, so I'm going to play this game." And it's like, how does that work?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? That's
like, hey, I really like Grand Theft Auto, so I'm going to play that Barbie game.
I really like Street Fighter 2, so I'll play World Heroes. Like,
Hey, I really like Legion of Legends. I'm going to play Kick.
I really like Call of Duty, so I'll play those damn Army Men games.
I really like Surge, so I'm going to start drinking Kick.
Yeah, I really like Ridge Racer, so I'm going to play Drive Club.
I really like nighttime, so I like daytime, too.
I really like Days of Christmas on the Super Nintendo, so I'm going to like Nights into Dreams.
I really like Scrooge with Bill Murray, so I'm probably like any Christmas Carol movie.
I really like Vector Man, so I'm going to like Vector Man 2.
I really like wearing a hat, so glasses probably go with it pretty well, right?
I really like Super Mario Bros., so I'm going to like Mario's Missing.
I really like that Legend of Zelda game on the Philips computer thing, so I'm really going to like the movie that they're not going to make when they had the April Fool's joke on GameStop.
Justin, let's close out the show. Where can people reach you on the internet?
I'm at Justin Engelbart, and also at Colin and Justin. I need to do some stuff, guys. I'm sorry, Matthew West. You're the only one watching this thing.
We haven't had an episode in a month.
Yeah, we need to do a different one. I had the WCW thing, but I really don't want to edit a lot of wrestling into there. It's going to take me forever, and I don't know wrestling.
Don't edit the wrestling into it. Just put it all together. Just put the
episode out.
out.
It's going to look like shit. Okay, I'll put it out.
Put the episode out. Jesus Christ. The people want to see it.
I've done some work, and at least the one or two people will watch it.
Great. Awesome. You can reach me on Twitter at PressureCastPod or at Dr. Crychop. That's at Dr. Crychop. You can also go to iTunes and review us. That would be great. 5 stars in a written review. We're waiting for you. We hope you do it. You can also, what else can you do here?
Steve should be back next week.
Who knows?
He told me he should be back next week.
We'll find out.
I talked to him more than you.
Okay, great.
We're friends outside of the show. You and him are just show buddies.
You can go to youtube.com/videogamesardumb and check out my first hour on Star Wars Battlefront, which has a really weird frame rate whenever I try to record it. I think it's because it's 900p, so hopefully that'll be resolved.
Maybe your computer just sucks.
No, I record everything else at like 60 frames a second, 1080p. You can also check out the first hour of Sword Art Online and some other stuff. I can't remember everything I'm doing. You can check out the live dive every single Wednesday, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I'm going to be getting back to playing Beyond Good and Evil on the PlayStation 3. It's the HD remaster.
What about West Coast time? Pacific time? That's like 4 o'clock.
It's something. How would you know about West Coast time?
Because I lived over there.
You don't. You have
That's
no
where
evidence.
I wasted all my money and ruined my credit score.
You can also go and I don't know, whatever. Do whatever.
Tweet at me and maybe I'll tweet more.
Okay, yeah. Contact us 954-947-7377 voicemail, pressurecast@gmail.com.
At Sparky Pinkster on PSN.
You can find me the question 57 on whatever.
On Friendster, I think I'm Gemstone678.
Okay, great. Awesome. Great.
What's your MySpace page, Colin?
Listen, dude, you have to understand. MySpace was a very big company, but now they are dead.
You want to listen to my music? You go to MySpace.
Well, guess what, though? The PressureCast isn't dead because the PressureCast is forever.
Bye.
PressureCast, weekly video game news podcast, is solely owned and operated by Colin Tanner. Guests of the PressureCast are not employees or freelancers of Colin Tanner, the PressureCast, or VideoGamesAreDumb.com, and are not paid. Music featured on the PressureCast is property of their respective owners, and no infringement is intended. For more information, email pressurecast@gmail.com. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
We're going back in time.
We need to discuss the games we've been playing for the past several
Oh,
days.
baby, bring it on, honey.
It's time to talk about the games.
Oh!
Oh, God, no. We're starting over. That's such a bad audio. It's so loud.
Sorry, I should have backed
Boom!
Okay, well,
You couldn't have made it louder if you tried.
no, I could have got it a little louder.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Well, anything that makes me laugh has got to be funny.
That thing, humor is
You gotta include that me saying that in here, by the way, in the episode. Don't cut that out, or put it at the end.
I don't know. All right, fine.
Anything that makes me laugh is funny. There, I said it again. It'd be easier.